Yeah, we designated spitters live every week. Live, designated homie, cause we spit heat. We designated spitters, Francis and Pete. Yes, talking Yankee baseball, hip-hop for the streets. Yup, we designated, yup, we innovative. Yup, we designated spitters, time that you know. Yup, we designated, yup, we innovative. Yup, we designated spitters, let's start the show.
There is no better show on planet Earth than Designated Spittaz, and we are right here. Let me tell you why there is no better show.
I knew this was coming. I knew this was coming. I knew this was coming.
We got a felon in the house, man. This is the only show you're going to find where you got a felon in the house right now, still in jail. My man came out and is
I'm in
here
the cell
to do,
right now.
He's in the cell right now.
I'm in the
here
cell
to
as
do
we speak.
Designated Spittaz. So we still here like that. Let me tell you guys something, man. That's how you know how real this team right here is. My man's up in a jail cell right now, got banned everywhere. And we right here
man.
right now.
Designated Spittaz, man. We back. We live. Special Saturday night edition.
Yeah,
right?
we had to do it.
Doesn't it feel good, guys? Doesn't it feel good?
It feels amazing. By the way, guys, if you're in here, man, please share this out. Do me that favor, man.
Yes,
share
sir.
this
Yes,
thing
sir.
out. It's going to be popping in here. I'm telling you, because look, Francis, you might not have been on Twitter for a little bit, but Yankee fans are hot. Yankee fans are hot right now.
Pete, I can't tell you how much I miss it. I cannot believe that Twitter is doing this to me right now. I can't imagine what it's like right now.
It's crazy, man.
I can't imagine what it's like right now.
It's weird. I'm never used to like having to tell somebody what Twitter's like right now, but you don't have no damn choice.
But I have no. I was telling Pete just before we went on the air, just so some of you guys know. Like, I'm seeing some of the tweets that you guys are seeing, but it's way later because I have to go and literally manually search in keywords so that I can figure out like what's going on with certain players. And yeah, man, I'm jonesing for my account back.
So
get that hashtag up.
Free Francis, man.
Free Francis,
so
man. I need my account back.
Really quickly, let's just go over what the Yankees have done so far. Joely Rodriguez. That's kind of it.
End of the list.
End of the list. The New York Mets have just made a trade. And you know what? You want to know something even worse than them just making the trade to get Bassett? They gave up the number 6 and number 20 prospect. That is it. I don't know where the hell Cashman's at.
Pete, let me tell you.
But no, before you, this is
Number
something for Twitter,
6.
so you're going to notice. Cohen came out and was like, what happened? With a question mark after the trade.
Oh, man. Really?
I was like, that's a boss. He a boss. You got to give him credit.
He's just dragging his nuts all over
That's
Yankees.
it. Oh, my God.
That's it.
Man.
He's just going to drag his nuts all over us right now.
He's the king of New York right now. You can't deny it. You can't say he's not. I don't care about winning. But as of the moment right now, he's the kingpin.
Pete, tomorrow he might pull out like a Rolls Royce and step out with Beyonce.
I'm telling you, he might.
We're gonna wonder what happened to Jay-Z.
You're never gonna find out.
she's gonna be like, I had to leave him for a real baller.
That's it.
I'm
telling you, man.
Listen, Pete,
my man's on another level.
When you texted me that the Mets got Chris Bassett, I almost lost. This was like right before we were about to go on to let you guys know like a little bit of the behind the scenes. We're about to jump on. I'm getting ready to, connect and stuff. And he sends me this text and I literally had to pause. And I'm like, no, there's just no way. There's just no way.
And the other thing is too, this is just now, again, as you guys know, that's the reason why I wanted to do this live. We just got a lot of stuff going on. Joe Kelly just signed a 2-year deal with the Chicago White Sox. So I'm pretty sure Ozzie Guillen, the Guillen family over there is going to be a little happy. And Freddie Freeman, his decision is not imminent at this moment, says John Morosi, but it looks like the Braves and the Dodgers. It doesn't seem like the Yankees are much involved there either. So there's a rumor out there that the Yankees are starting to talk about Trevor Story. Apparently they're one of the teams that have contact within the last 24 hours. So, you know what I mean, man? But Francis, I just got to say this, man. I talked about this a little bit today, but I said I'm going to save it for the show because I know how much you and I spoke about this before. During the wild card game, do you remember both of us saying the good thing is they can't really miss this offseason?
Yeah.
And look at where we are right now.
They've missed several free agents.
Ramon, yes, we are live. This is live right now. So guys, if you want your questions answered on the live, honestly, it's probably going to be done through a super chat today because, you know, we're doing a show. There's a lot going on, a lot of checking and all that. So if you definitely want something answered live when we're here, super chat's the route to go, guys.
Hey, one thing I will say, Mr. Jose Christian, that statement about the Yankees always rule in New York City.
I don't know about that anymore.
Yeah, bro. Just all I'm gonna say is, look, we got to be careful. I know we got the 27. I know,
and
we
we're
got
fans
the
of the team. We're not gonna shit on our team. You know what I mean?
That's a fact. Listen, we're Yankee fans forever. Like, nobody's jumping ship to go to freaking Flushing, Queens.
Of course not. No way.
Flush the whole area down the toilet. That's why it's called Flushing. But if we're gonna be honest, like let's not pretend that the Mets can't rattle off a couple World Series wins here in the next 5 years, and then all of a sudden it's like even though we're really still big brother, we're being bitched by the little brother.
Yep. Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So let's not pretend like that's
Facts.
not a possibility.
Facts.
Man. But yeah,
let me
we
read
definitely
this to
said
you.
it's hard to miss this offseason.
It's very hard to miss this offseason, but let me read this to you real quick. And everybody out there, DeGrom, Scherzer, Bassett, Carrasco. I mean, that's just 4 right there. And you could even say, forget about Carrasco. Okay, I'll give you that. DeGrom, Scherzer, Bassett.
They still have Taijuan Walker.
And they got Taijuan Walker, who'd be a 5th starter for them.
Would end up being as a 5th starter. He's a really good 5th starter.
So, I mean, and that top 3 right there is terrific. So if you guys don't know how good Bassett is, Bassett's a really good get. He's a really good get. So just so you guys know,
gamer, man.
Let me try to think of something in my head real quickly. That deal. Now I'm really good with Yankee prospects. That deal right there probably would have been.
You want me to pull up who it would have been?
Go ahead and pull it up.
Go ahead. Guess.
Number 5. What we got? Maybe you're looking at like and I mean, I'm going off of mine. I had Everson Piera like 6, 7, or 8. So you probably got like Everson Piera. And then number 20, Waldichuk's too high. He wouldn't be there. None of the top guys would be there. And Heel wouldn't, Medina, none of them.
Not to mention that
Gomez
the most
is high.
To me, the biggest point here is the Mets traded their 6th and 20th pick out of a farm system that's ranked behind the Yankees farm. So
idiots would say is they probably wanted more from the Yankees. Even if they but even if it's the American League and they were like, okay, we want one more guy in that deal, you still do it. That doesn't hold up a deal for a legitimate starting pitcher.
So put it like this. Our number 6 is Austin Wells.
Okay.
Our number 7 is Clark Schmidt.
Okay.
Medina's 8. 8. According to this. But let's go. You want to go down to the 20s?
Who's number 20?
You want to see the names down here?
I'd love to. Let's hear these.
It gets interesting. Beck Way, 21.
Beck Way throws. He's a good prospect.
Randy Vasquez, right-handed pitcher, 22.
I deal him for Bassett.
How quickly do you deal Randy Vasquez? Look who's coming in at number 19, Davy Garcia. Do we even got to say it?
Hey, right now, good luck. We got 161 in here right now. 161. I like that. But let's pump it up. Pump it up. Get those likes up, guys. Get those likes up.
That's a good omen. Guys, by the way, if you're in here, if this is your first time, if this is the first time in a long time, please remember to like and subscribe if you haven't already.
I didn't say that. My fiance going to be mad at me.
Go to Apple Podcasts. Yeah, man, we got to look out for each other. Go to Apple Podcasts. Subscribe to the podcast. Leave a 5-star rating, bro. Come on. You know it's your boys, the Spittaz. Who but us? Come on now. All the NyynewsTV podcasts, man. We're going to be giving y'all that amazing content. Baseball is back and we taking over. You ain't going to have to listen to the little emo girls anymore. Brendan Beck is at 18.
Who had surgery, so you can forget him.
Yeah. Flo is at 17. Anthony Garcia is 16. Alexander Vargas, 15. Oswaldo Cabrera is at 14. I mean, listen, I'm saying these names going down the list, but it's just so that you can see this deal is a deal that was doable by the New York Yankees.
No question.
That's the point that we're trying to make, guys. That's the point that we're trying to make. It's very simple. The Mets getting a talent like Chris Bassett for their 6th and 20th. What is it, 20 or 22?
Yep.
It's 20th prospect?
20th prospect.
I mean, their farm system compared to ours, like in most rankings, they're a couple spots behind the Yankees.
Yeah.
So their 6 and 22 in our system has to look like maybe 8 and 24.
Yep. And another another backup shortstop is now off the board. Jose Iglesias is now gone as he signs with the Rockies. So, I mean, if you're sitting back now and we're sitting here, Correa, and there's been rumors. Not going home. There's been rumors about the Yankees and the Cardinals talking. I don't know how real those are, but look, DeJong, whatever his name is not my guy. That's a 190 hitter. And I know he's never batted like above 230. He's had a couple of, yes, he hits for power, guys, but how much are we going to do with this? Yes, he's a good fielder, and I get that. I seen some people talking about him today. He's a good fielder, very good fielder. He hits for power. 300 and something at bats. He struck out 109 times.
I just want to let people know something.
Patty Franks is in here. Patty Franks.
Patty Glizzies.
When you got a name like that, man, Patty Franks.
P Glizzy in the building. Let me tell you something. This whole thing of like at this point still looking at stopgap.
Are we going into the Correa stuff here? Because I'm ready to go into it.
Give it up. Yeah, let's jump right into it.
Jump right into it.
What are we doing,
guys? If you don't have your seatbelt on, put your damn seatbelt on right now because this ride's about to get really, really bumpy.
Seatbelt so we can be safe.
Yeah, for real, facts. So, Francis, I mean, you started it, man. You go in. I want to hear what you. People haven't heard you a lot, man. You're not on Twitter right now. Your words exactly. By the way, I'm gonna say this real quickly. We're gonna get to the tweet, but Francis saved baseball. Anyway, keep going.
Yes,
you saved baseball.
Yes. I appreciate that. Thanks for, man. Listen, we're in a situation right now where a lot of people on Twitter are gonna keep telling you this narrative. They're gonna keep pushing this narrative to you about the Yankees being okay with a stopgap. The Spittaz are here to tell you there's no way on God's green earth that we should settle for a stopgap. I am sorry to break it to you people. We are as much fans of Anthony Volpe as any other Yankee fan.
Damn right.
We like Oswald Peraza we as much as anybody else.
Damn right.
As much as anybody else. When there is sure things available on the market and you are the New York Yankees with a payroll that currently, because after changes, there'll be moves, but currently sits around 220 for luxury tax purposes, with the first threshold being 230, and you were under the threshold last year, don't talk to me about money.
Facts.
Don't talk to me about money. Not when Steve Cohen is over there across the bridge, spending like a drunken sailor, because he knows that luxury tax is what it, like, I was under it, now I'm a blow over it, and that's it. You know what I'm saying? Yep. If he goes over that last tier with the new Cohen rule, then yeah, he'll have to pay a tax on it. But you know what? He's comfortable with that tax right now because he thinks that the moves that he's making is going to put butts in the seats and is going to bring that revenue back up. Well, guess what? If you're the Yankees, you don't have to worry about revenue going back up because it's already projected to be $800 million.
Yep.
Make no mistake, This is a team that has a revenue projection of around $800 million. Why would we settle for a Jose Iglesias? I'm very happy for the man. Enjoy Colorado. Why would we settle for an Andrelton Simmons? I'm even happier for him. You and Marcus Stroman, have a ball. Have a ball. I'm happy for all those guys, but I will not be happy if the Yankees decide to sit back and say, no, we're just going to pull off a trade for Paul DeJong. Give me a break. Give me a break. Haven't we suffered enough?
Yes.
Haven't we suffered enough? And now we have to suffer through some of you, so-called heads and leaders of Yankees Twitter going out there, putting out these garbage takes about why it wouldn't be the Yankee way to sign Carlos Correa. Give me a break. Give me a break. What are you talking about? We haven't suffered enough. We haven't won a ring since 2009. And we're talking about, well, no, he was an Astro. He cheated. He this, he that. He would, grow a pair. Grow a pair. Do you want to win or not? Do you want to win or not? Nobody cared when we were signing Garrett Cole. Oh, but Garrett Cole was after 2017. Oh, so we're going to sit here and say they weren't cheating in 2019?
Yep.
We're going to sit here and say that. We're going to pretend, right? Yep. Because we all got real angry and reposted those videos of Altuve running around the bases, clutching his jersey like an older woman clutches her pearls when she listens to our podcast. We all reposted the videos. We all said, oh, he's got a buzzer. But then when it was time to sign Garrett Cole, what did we do?
Nobody cared. I brought that point up multiple times.
And you're 100% right to bring it up. Why? Because you know why nobody cares? Because what did we need? An ace. What was Garrett Cole? An ace. So we signed him. We paid him, and we gave him the money that he wanted. He's making $36 million a year, more than Correa is even going to make annually. For those of you who are worried about, Hal's pockets, more than he's going to make. All right. And we signed him. And I'm not saying that we shouldn't have signed him. What I'm saying is we absolutely needed to sign him because he was a need. But the same way Garrett Cole was a need, we don't know who's playing shortstop. This is like the classic joke. Who's on first? That's what was second. Who's on short? Who's playing short? We have no idea.
Nobody knows.
No idea.
Nobody knows.
Because as much as you love Volpe and all this stuff, Volpe's not ready this year. And
if he ever was ready, he's ready by after the All-Star break. It's not going to be that quick.
Exactly. It won't be that.
Because if he comes up and tears up AA, I could see them bringing him up if they don't have nobody. But and that's what I even wrote about today, man. Like, cats act like, I saw so many people when people are talking about this like crazy today, of course, and a lot of the responses. But what about Volpe? That doesn't change nothing on Anthony Volpe. I don't know why you guys feel that way. It doesn't do nothing for Anthony Volpe if they get Correa. It does nothing at all. So, I mean, with my whole thing with Correa today. I mean, I wrote multiple tweets that obviously got a lot of attention. People liked it, obviously. There's a lot of people going back and forth on them. And there's been a lot of the talk today about Correa in general. I'm just I don't understand that people do not get that Carlos Correa is the best player available. It's that simple. He's the best player available for the New York Yankees. And his personality.
And why wouldn't you get the best?
Of course, that's the Yankee way, is it not? And the thing
that is the Yankee way.
And the thing that drives me insane is that people watch this team. They've watched these games over the last year. They've seen that this team has no life in them. Don't you feel it's time that this team adds somebody who maybe puts a little bit of a spark in this team's ass? Doesn't that feel like it's needed at this point? We know Melatonin Boone isn't doing it. We know that.
That's exactly what's missing, Pete. Though that's exactly.
I agree. We've been saying this.
We've been saying it. How long have we been saying it?
Since last
year.
You
guys want to listen to the people. You want to listen to the people sitting in their room under disco lights.
By the way, my 15-year-old daughter got the same lights. Yeah. I never saw a grown man with those in their bedroom or whatever room that is. Hopefully it's like a girlfriend's room or something because. I don't know, man. That ain't too cool with me. That just screaming at somebody on the disco lights.
Bro, but that's what drove me up a wall. I couldn't believe that this man was sitting there under these lights in the darkness talking about you Yankee fans. I'm tired of going back when you forfeit you guys on Twitter. So I'm just gonna record my voice and tell you that Carlos Correa. I'm like, man, and let me tell you, just so that y'all know, like in the past. I've retweeted this guy's stuff. I've liked this guy's stuff.
He's a big fan of me, by the way.
Listen,
he's a very big fan of me, by the way.
Yeah, I mean, I've
for some reason that crew, it's weird, and you guys probably know who it's all. I'm gonna just say it right now. The whole John Boy crew, and this is not like I'm going at them in any way. A lot of them have been very big fans of me, and I got the DMs to prove that way before they were John Boy. Then they went to John Boy. It's like, oh, we can't talk to this guy no more for whatever reason, which is okay. I don't care about that. But some of the shit that was said today in that specific video, and by the way, too, I'm very cool with Joe's, like Joe's a lot. Joe's a good dude, never have an issue with him.
Facts.
But this video today, I just don't understand. Here's the funny thing about a video like that, man. You just put yourself on the record, right? So if Correa did come here, what are you going to do? You can't ever sit there and be like, oh, I'm going to root for the dude now. Everybody's gonna be like, bro, you know how bad you look right now? Like, what are you really gonna do? And do I think, look, I'm gonna just say this too. I'm gonna be more shocked than anybody if Correa signs with the Yankees. I don't think he is signing with the Yankees. I've been saying it, I'm not gonna change it. I've been told since the beginning, I was the first person saying it, that I was told early on the Yankees are not gonna make or not gonna add a major contract. I hope that's wrong. That's why I'm still talking. I'm always like, I hope it's wrong. I hope it's wrong. I would be more shocked than anybody. But at least I'm not on record screaming at everybody. We don't need him. He's not good. Under a little light. He's mean.
Listen, but my thing, and listen, again, like I said, it's not to put, because like you said, Joe's is cool.
No, and I don't care about these dudes at all.
Keith is a cool. I mean, when he got his gig at the look, I retweeted. I was like, bro, this is dope. This is a great look. I was happy.
Bro, I've said honestly. Me and John Boy have had our back and forths. Okay, everybody knows it. We've had our back, even just recently. God bless them for the success, and I say that in all honesty.
It's a fact.
God bless them for the success. I can't sit now. If I'm sitting here,
we're all in the content game. We want everybody to win. We want
100%.
everybody to
God
win.
bless them. I may disagree with them, and I do on a lot of things.
Yeah,
but
which is fine.
Their success is their success. That's all there is to it. So
Exactly.
this is not I'm gonna hate. It's the ridiculousness of the video.
Yeah.
That's what
there ain't no hating.
about.
Yeah, exactly. This is not about hating. And I'm throwing the jokes in there because it's entertaining. And to be honest with you guys, this shit was funny as fuck. When I saw it, I was just like, I cannot believe this dude is sitting here under these, like, Keith, if you watch the video back yourself, I know you have to laugh.
Man.
I
it's
know
like
you.
I know
it's like
an SNL skit.
It's like I know
you know what it needs to go on.
And say, why did I do that?
Why
did I just turn a light on?
Do you know what's funny about that video? You know what Twitter account it would be under? Liberals of TikTok.
Libs of TikTok.
Libs of TikTok. That shit would definitely be on Libs of TikTok. Damn. No joke. No,
dude, it reminded me of that movie about the feelings. I forgot the name of the movie.
Feelings.
Oh, Inside Out. Inside
Out.
And they're like, and when he was sitting in the room in the blue, I was just like, he's one emotion right now. He's one emotion of the entire Yankees.
And
Twitter.
Let me say this too, though. Let me say this. There ain't nothing wrong with saying you don't think Correa is the guy,
or you don't want him.
But. Just be like, I don't want the dude, and or just be like what some people have told us. I would like him. I'm just not gonna get my hope because I know we're not gonna get him. That's okay.
Or say
because you don't believe in him, or I don't like him.
Or say I don't like him. I don't want him.
But when you sit there and go, you remember 2017? I'm just
no, bro. Pete, my thing is very simple, and make this clear, just in case this little thing that we're doing, this live that we're doing right here, gets cut out or whatever, and he sees this and gets in his field, which I don't think he will. My point.
This is no me being rude. Anybody wants to see it and say something, you know exactly where I am.
Listen,
you know exactly where I am. That ain't saying nothing bad. But if you want to say it, go ahead, say it. I ask you to say it nicely.
What I want, the point that I want to get across is there's nothing wrong with Keith or any other Yankee fan having the opinion that Carlos Correa shouldn't be a Yankee. There's nothing wrong with them saying they don't want him as a fan. They don't want him in pinstripes. They don't think he's, there's nothing wrong with you having your opinion. Where I draw the line, what Francis has a problem with is when you get on your platform and tell other fans what to do, because nobody should do that.
Correct.
Nobody should do that. That's my problem. It's my problem with that video that he put out. It's my problem with a lot of you people on Yankees Twitter, that some of you guys that call yourselves like the so-called like heads of Yankees Twitter or whatever, leaders or whatever, like, there's a little group of y'all, and some of y'all tweet good shit, and some of y'all are cool and whatever, but every now and then you put a tweet out, you put a video, whatever, and it comes from this place of I'm the superior fan, and if you want to get on the superior fans level, this is the opinion that you have to have, and to me, that's corny. That's corny. Right. Every fan has a right to their opinion. How many times do we get? I mean, right now I'm locked out of Twitter, so I'm not getting DMs from LI Yankee King. But how many times back in the day was I getting DMs from LI Yankee King saying all types of crazy, trade this guy, sign that guy, 16 trade here, international pool money, this and that. And you know what I did? I told them every single time, listen, I think you're crazy. I disagree. I don't think the Yankees should do that. But I will fight tooth and nail to the death for his right to have those opinions, no matter how bad I think the opinions are, no matter how bad I think his takes are. Why? Because he's a fan. And
everybody's allowed to have an opinion. I agree 100%.
And that's one thing. And that's one thing the Spittaz have never done. For those of you who are in this chat right now, y'all know how we give it up. We have never told you guys how you're supposed to think. We give our opinions. Listen, Pete goes in on Boone all the time. He's never told any of you guys, oh, if you're supporting Boone, like, I don't want you to be or you're not a real fan, or that's not the Yankee way kind of thing. He's never said that. He's never said that. And you guys know, y'all know how he feels about Booney.
Yeah.
So you know what I'm saying? Why? But you know why he doesn't do it? Because he's a stand-up dude and he respects your opinions. We know that some of you guys like Booney.
We can argue. We can argue about the opinion. We don't know why. We can argue about the opinion. And look, how many times too in a chat have I ever told you guys, oh, shut up, I'm going to mute the chat. I'm not going to talk to the chat no more because we disagree. We don't do that shit here. It's not what we about over here. We just don't do it. You know what I mean? So look, everybody's entitled to their opinion. We're joking. We're laughing about the video that was made. Not that he has an opinion that you shouldn't get Correa. That's okay because a lot of people feel that way. So that's all
he
right.
can have his opinion.
You know what I mean?
He can have his opinion. My whole thing is this: he can have his opinion 100%. All I'm saying is, don't tell other fans like, oh, it's you guys shouldn't even want him like that. That's to me, that's
you
corny.
Can't do that.
And I'm
because
like,
he's saying, 2017. Why would you? That's not the Yankee way, man. Shut up.
Yeah. To me, that's where the video rubbed me wrong, especially because
Francis, what is the Yankees way? Can I ask you? The Yankees never cheated.
Let me tell you. I mean, do we?
The Yankees never cheated. Do we really have to go there?
Do we need to get into that?
Does this kid need a history lesson?
No.
The Yankees never cheated.
I mean, by
George Steinbrenner did screwed up shit, and we love him. I wish he was still the damn guy doing screwed up shit now. What are you talking about?
By that logic, Clemens would have never been a Yankee.
Bro,
I mean, Clemens was like,
should Chapman and Herman be gone? I mean, whether they're guilty or not, innocent, guilty. I mean, does it even at this point?
Is that the Yankee
way?
I mean,
should you ever be accused of anything? Is that the Yankee way?
Listen,
come to hell on, man.
I mean, when I like to bring up Clemens because Clemens literally was hitting Derek Jeter for sport.
Right.
He was hitting Derek Jeter on purpose because
right.
he knew Yankee fans didn't like it.
Yeah.
And Jeter didn't like it. Yep. And the team didn't like it. He was doing it on purpose. And guess what? They put him in the pinstripes.
Yep.
They put him in the pinstripes.
Facts. Let me get to the super chat right here for our good friend Rod Thompson.
Family.
He says, optimistic super chat. I have to honestly believe that the Yankees are going to make moves. That's the big thing, Rob. Moves. Because I'm going to talk about into our next topic after that. Cashman is on record admitting that the construction of the Yankee roster had huge deficiencies. I'm happy you said that because I got a couple of things to say regarding that. That is perfect, Ross. So you segmented right into what we want to talk about. Okay? You segmented right into it. Brian Cashman is on record, correct, of saying that they need a shortstop. They have latitude, which latitude means you got wiggle room. You could go up a little bit in what you're looking to do. That's what latitude is. So, with that being said, here's the good thing. So, here is the optimistic Pete. I'm going to be optimistic Pete for a second. Okay? Everybody's out there that we need. They're not gone yet. We didn't need Simmons. We know that, right? We know those were backups. Those were what we thought could happen. Those are backups. Yep. So everybody out there is still out there. Olsen's out there. Now the rumor is the fire sale has started for the A's. They're going to move these guys. Michael Schwab, I believe. I think even somebody just said in the chat. I did see that. They basically just said that they are going to... There's a fire sale now. You know, who's next after that? They're going to be going. Already a rumor out there was the Phillies tried to get Chapman, and they wanted a little too much from the Phils, so they backed up. But apparently they're still talking. But overall... I could
see Seattle making a play for Chapman.
I could see Seattle, too, who's also... Apparently they may have offered a pretty large contract to Chris Bryant, too, already.
To Chris Bryant. Yeah.
We'll see there.
Makes
but
sense.
Looking at what the Yankees need...
Seattle's going to be a problem.
Yeah, for real. Oh, the Blue Jays got much better, too, with Kikuchi. I mean, look at that rotation. So
that rotation is solid.
We'll talk about them, too. But looking at where the Yankees are, Correa's there. Freeman is still there, whether you believe he's the guy. I mean, my people have told me they feel that Freeman is still the 1A. I mean, I don't think anybody knows what the hell the Yankees are really doing, but based off of what I am told, my understanding is that he's been 1A and he's still 1A. So I don't know what happens there. Correa, Story, they're all there. Olsen and Minaya, to me, is just the ultimate trade. It makes too much damn sense.
Way
That's
too much
still
sense.
there.
Especially looking at
the
price that they're talking.
The moment one of these guys move, if Correa signs like with the Cubs now, and then Story goes to the Astros or something, then honestly, every Yankee fan should just blow a gasket because we said this so long ago. You had so many options here. You had so many options. I mean,
at this
Seager
point,
went quick. Simeon went quick.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. At that point, what do? You had Seager, Simeon, Baez, Story, Correa. How do you miss?
I don't know.
You are the team. I mean, what team in base? Think about it. What team in baseball going into this offseason could say they had a bigger need at shortstop at the major league level than the Yankees?
Nobody.
A contending team.
Nobody.
A contending team. Not teams who are just trying to enter a window of contention,
right,
like Detroit and Texas.
Right.
What contending team? I'm talking Boston, LA Dodgers, San Diego Padres.
Boston's interested in Story too, by the way.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. As they should be. There's been the rumors about them and Correa this whole entire time. I don't know if they go that deep into it, but if you can get Story for like 20 something million a year, whatever like that, why wouldn't you?
Yep.
Xander Bogaerts has an opt out coming out. He could opt out. You know, there's a lot of things that could happen. They also got to lock Devers up long term.
Yep.
So that's something that has to be in the back of their minds too. And they got Chaim Bloom at the helm there. That guy's a genius. He did it for years in Tampa Bay. Him in Boston is going to be dangerous. Just wait on it. It's coming. It's coming. There's still options out there. All right. There's still options out there. Okay. As far as I've heard, I don't know if you've heard anything. Remember, I'm not on Twitter, so I'm going to ask. But Suzuki's still on the board, right?
You know, there's been really nothing about Seiya Suzuki, and that's a name also I put in my tweet earlier about the guys available. I put Suzuki in there because it's been really quiet for him right now. I think he's stateside right now because he was with Yu Darvish recently. So he is stateside, and a lot of the players on the Asian side have really looked to stay on the West Coast. I don't know if there's really been nothing with him. We know that apparently he's a fan of the Red Sox. Money talks. I mean, John Heyman put one of those annoying ass regular every offseason tweets out that Freeman prefers the West Coast. We heard it with Sabathia. We heard it with Cole. Money talks. Everybody knows that money talks and bullshit walks.
They all prefer the West Coast.
I mean, a lot of us prefer sunny weather and relaxation. You know what I mean?
Who wouldn't prefer to live in San Diego? Give me a break.
I mean, come on.
It's all about preference until Steinbrenner opens that wallet.
That's all it takes.
Listen, all things considered, right? And all else stays the same. If you have the opportunity to put on pinstripes, listen, make no mistake about it. The Yankees have not screwed that up yet, but they're getting close. Trust me. There was once a time, and my Knicks fans in the chat will be able to relate to this with me. There was once a time where there was nothing a basketball player dreamt about more than being a superstar on a team like the New York Knicks, being the guy in the Garden, 41 games a year, everybody with your jersey on, everybody chanting your name. Yep. You having the ball at the end of the game in the fourth quarter at the mecca of basketball. There was a time where there was no greater honor in the NBA. That time has come and gone. We saw it a couple years ago. Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving literally spit on the Garden on their way to Brooklyn. Oh, and you got and many people said that could never happen. The Knicks would always be. The Nets just got here. They were from Jersey. They just got here. They don't have any history in the city. Yep. Who cares about the Nets? Oh, who cares about the Nets? They got Kevin Durant. They got Kyrie Irving. They just paired them with Ben Simmons right now. You telling me people are caring about the Knicks more than they care about the Nets right now? The Nets are going to be a playoff team. Listen, players are choosing the Nets over the Knicks with consistency now. You have to find a player to take the Knicks' money. The Knicks have had room and money for years now. They can't find a guy to take that money. So for those of you sitting here saying like, no, we're the Yankees. Don't worry, it's gonna be okay. Yeah, you know what? The Knicks thought the same thing.
Yeah, you can't think that way, man.
And this little upstart from Jersey came to Brooklyn, and now look at what the Barclays Center looks like. Well, look at the product that they're putting on the court every night. And tell me if you're sitting here thinking that there's no way that Steve Cohen can't do the same thing to the Yankees.
Of course there is.
With the kind of money he's throwing around.
And here's the difference too, friends, and you know this. There's teams right now that are like, yeah, we'll compete money-wise with the Yankees. That wasn't the same before.
Yeah.
That's why, now it's different. Now it's like you really got to step up to the plate and step up to the plate quick. The Yankees have always been, well, we'll wait. We'll wait and then we'll go. You really you got to kind of put the acceleration on a little bit.
Well, look at what waiting get. Like I'm not saying it's wrong. Let me we're not, because Pete just said it. I'll echo it. We're not saying, look, if this all, because a week from now, it
could be different.
We could be doing a podcast freaking like doing head spins with popping champagne because the Yankees trade for Olsen, they signed Correa, a week from now. But what we're saying is right now, as it stands, right? So many quality players have changed teams, have signed with teams. There's been and the Yankees they're just sitting there. They're just sitting there. At what point, as a fan, are you allowed by all those accounts that tell you have to be patient, wait, whatever? At what point are you allowed to start saying, look, I'm really freaking worried about what's going on? Like, is it when Story signs? Is it when Freeman signs?
Put it this way, it's gonna be soon. It's gonna be very soon.
Yeah, it's not very much more time, to be honest. It's not very much. Listen, with Correa, we know that Correa chances are Correa is going to literally be the last big domino that falls.
I believe
we know
so
how
too.
we know how Boris does his work. Boris is,
and we got
likes,
a deal actually. Me and Francis talked about a deal today.
Oh yeah.
For no, not an actual deal, but that would have been nice. But we talked about it, Correa is a young guy, man. Spread those years out as much as you want. In all seriousness, F it. Spread those years out as much as you want. People, please do me a favor, guys. Stop worrying about the Yankees' money. I talked about this in the podcast chat today.
They act like you can't move.
Francis,
money.
we all talked about it today in the podcast chat. I wish you were in there so you could, see everybody's on the same page when it comes to that, man. Give the dude the money. Like, spread it out far because, look, here's the thing. They have faith in Volpe, right? They're saying they do. They also got Peraza. You might have second and third base covered for years. Or second, third, and short could be there for ages. And that's not going to cost you a lot of money over the next 4 or 5 years.
Or first, second, short, and third.
Or for first, second, short, and third. A lot of that infield may not cost a ton of money besides for one of those two guys.
But besides your shortstop.
Catcher also.
Until you have to pay Olsen if you get Olsen.
Who's the guy out there that's going to cost a lot of money at catcher that the Yankees go out there and get? There's really nobody there. So that's not going to be the case, and that's going to be a position. And look, today even, Mitch Garver got sent to Texas. Jonah Heim's available. Look, people said, Jonah Heim hit 190. Jonah Heim is an elite defensive catcher. He has one of the best frame rates in baseball. The Yankees desperately need that. Nobody's saying that Jonah Heim's going to come over and be a better hitter than Gary. But guess what? He's more valuable to the Yankees than Gary is because he can catch.
Let me ask you guys
Cole will pitch to him.
Exactly. How many times have we had this conversation with you all? Catcher is not the position right now where we're looking for all of our offense. It doesn't need to be. Not with the options that are out there on the free market right now. We have the ability to sign a shortstop like Carlos Correa. Look at the numbers; they speak for themselves. All right, and Trevor Story, for as quiet as his kept, Trevor Story is not that far behind offensively. Now you can make the argument about Coors Field and all that stuff. I don't am not a big fan of the argument.
You're a good hitter.
But listen, both of those guys provide offense. They are box office. They know what to do in the batter's box. I'm happy
you bring that up because I want this to be known. Me and Francis have never said, don't go get Trevor Story. We've never said that. We are very comfortable. What we're saying is
he's nowhere near a consolation.
Correct. The guy who obviously fits this club is Correa. He's the one they should definitely get. You want to know why they should get him? I'm going to say this. Because he's been an enemy before. That's why they should get him. He's been a villain. They need a villain. Look.
Yep.
Aaron Judge is the man. Aaron Judge, right? Look. I love the guy. He's not a villain. He can't be. The Red Sox can't hate him. They don't come in there going, I can't stand Judge.
Exactly.
Judge is too likable. The Yankees desperately need a villain. And Correa is that guy. Got a couple of super chats real quick, friends, to get to. Vinny says, even if the league eventually makes Hal/Cohen a non-factor, it hasn't happened yet. Hal needs to wake up and use his money advantage. No more excuses. I'm right there with you. We agree with that.
Couldn't agree more, Vinny.
Sports Cards also says, hey, it's Nick. Been following you since your car videos. Keep it up. So incredibly proud of what you built, Pete. Sky's the limit. Don't let anyone stop you. And I'll just correct you on one thing, what we have built here at NyynewsTV, man. I got to just say that because the whole team is just friggin' terrific. Hirsch, what's good? Everybody that is in this chat, man. I'm actually just now looking at the chat. Wow, we got a lot of people in here. I think over 200 or so? Over 240 in here.
I see 240 plus, man.
240 plus. So guys, man, if you guys want to do something to support us, whatever social media you have, share the link. Share the link right now. Get them in here. We still got a while to go, me and Francis, and continue to talk about some things. But guys, really quickly, I got to do something. We are sponsored. I got to talk about our wonderful sponsor. Folks, can I get a round of applause from everybody? Anybody?
Clap it up. Clap it up in the chat.
Let's get a round of applause.
Clap it up in the chat.
Today,
we're about to hit 250.
We're about to hit 250. I am excited to announce Manscaped launched their Ultra Premium Collection. Believe it or not, it's for your not-so-private parts. I'm talking about a leveled-up hygiene routine with your favorite manly scent. This is an all-in-one skin and hair care kit for the everyday man that covers you from head to toe, literally. Manscaped is trusted below the waist. Now trust them with the rest. Join the 4 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped by going to manscaped.com and getting 20% off and free shipping using the code right down there, Spittaz. That is SPITTAZ. Use that code today, guys, and go get that premium collection. You see it on your screen right now. What I got in my hands right here is the 2-in-1 shampoo and conditioner. Guys, this stuff is unbelievable. You also get the deodorant, not for the balls, regular deodorant. You get the moisturizing spray-on lotion, which is amazing. The body wash, the lip balm. Just terrific stuff, man. So if you guys have not got that, please go ahead and use that code right there, Spittaz, SPITTAZ, today at manscaped.com. There we go.
That looks amazing. I just saw it like a look.
Want me to put it on there again? Should I put it on there again?
I mean, yeah.
I'm gonna do it again. Guys, ready? Ready?
Hit him with that one more
Ready?
time.
Here we go.
Look at that.
Oh, look at that 3D. We just flying through the roof, man. Look at
Bam.
this. That's the premium collection. You want that. You want that premium
now.
collection.
Come on now.
Look, if you don't get that premium collection, you don't get on Manscaped. Look, your girl's going to be like, oh, my God, if you get it. That's all it's about. I'm telling you, man. Look, now we covered head to toe. We got the balls. Now we got everything else.
If the Yankees don't make significant moves, I'm going to be sending a whole bunch of these packages to them because they're going to stink.
Oh, yeah. They got to clean themselves up. They're going to have to clean themselves up.
So I'm going to be sending a few of these collections over there.
Francis, I got another bone to pick.
Yeah.
If you don't mind, man. This stuff.
Let's do it.
You guys, man. And one thing real quick, too, about these. This ain't plastic. This thing will knock your ass out. Somebody break in the shower, you go, bah! That's
what
it.
It's for.
That's what it's for right there. So it's man shit. You know what I mean?
Come on, everybody has that as one of their greatest fears, like getting attacked while you're in the shower. It's
man, ever since Psycho for me, man, I'm telling you,
slipping and sliding. Like, what do you do, man?
I'm telling you right now. But no, I want to talk about something because, man, Yankee fans, you guys know I love you. I do. I love my Yankee fans so much. I truly do. We got to stop just like shitting on other teams when they get better. Because Kikuchi signed today, and everybody's sitting back like, oh, the Yankees are going to shell him. Do you know they don't only just play the Yankees? So there's a win-loss record, and they don't only just play the Yankees. Now,
the same Yankees who were getting shut out by like Orioles number four
Matt Harvey, Coke Harvey out there shutting them down.
The White Knight.
Y'all
forgot about that, right?
Yeah. They forget that stuff. But my thing is, they got rid of, they didn't get rid of, they let Robbie Ray go to Seattle. They added Gossman.
$23 million.
20. So depressing, man. This is going to be, if they never do nothing, this is the saddest offseason of all time.
Now, if they don't do anything, we have to put out a shirt with all the free agents that they missed on, all the trade talk, like literally just a list of the names of the quality of players and just X's and then where they went.
Fam, listen to this real quick. Berrios, Manoah, Ryu, Kikuchi, Gossman, and Pearson. Those are 6 starters they have. And we sitting here saying, you know, is this right? Is that right? Big Blue in the Bronx, my man Alex just says Nico Goodrum just traded to or signed. I think he actually was released by the Tigers, if I know correctly. I think he was a free agent to the Astros. Nico Goodrum plays short. He plays multiple positions. So I don't think they're going to see him as a starter. Nico Goodrum's one of those guys that always had really good potential, but never kind of lived up to it. I believe, if I'm right, I think he was let go by Detroit. So I'm assuming that's a free agent sign. Let me see if I see it.
Listen, man, one thing while you're looking for that, just to comment on the Jays signing Kikuchi, that now gives them 6 viable starting pitchers. Pearson is no slouch. Kid's talented. Gossman, you guys already know what he does. He's a fly ball pitcher coming to the AL East. That's something to look. That's something to watch as he pitches in some of these ballparks. But when he's on, he's on. I mean, we already know what Ryu is. You know what I'm saying? We know what that guy does. Barrios, we know what Barrios can be. Who's the young kid? Manoah. We know. Manoah. I mean, he debuted against us. We know what that kid's gonna be. What is another thing that I want you guys to? Yeah, he was signed.
Goodrum was signed.
Yeah, he was. So he was free.
Yeah.
But one thing that has me thinking after the Kikuchi sign, when you have 6 starters of that caliber, like, is it possible that they look to move a guy like Pearson now.
That's what and you know what? That was the rumor that they may move him to the Indians. The Indians for J-Ram. In a deal for J-Ram.
See,
I'm
this
sorry,
is
the Guardians for
this
J-Ram.
is exactly. You see, this is. But you know what? See, I just let y'all know how in touch your boy Francis stood, because I don't even got the Twitter right now. But when
we got a lot of things going on, man. Luke Maley was just traded to Cleveland of all places.
Dang.
Big Blue, man. You got Alex. Throw those in the. If you got the tweets, do me a favor and throw it in our chat, and not in this chat, in our chat on the pods. On Twitter. That way I can actually see him and pull him up as we go. But, man, I appreciate what you're doing. That's really helping us.
Yeah, man. Alex, man. Real MVP stuff right now.
Yeah, if you can do that for me, man, that would be great.
By the way,
share it in there.
By the way, Alex, I miss you.
I paused for a second. I'm like, what? And I said, oh, yeah, that's right. My dude, my dude, man, he's gone right now, man. I tell you what, man.
I missed the group chat,
bro,
man.
I tell you what.
No fire.
You know what they say?
Debates, man.
You know what they say, man. You know what they say. You never know what you got till it's gone.
It's a fact.
And
man.
I tell you what, man. You're missed. You really are. I'm not joking, man. You missed in the chats, man. You active. You know what I mean? And
yeah, man. I like talking to you guys.
Me and Francis have our most heated debates in there. I call him names and he gets mad at me.
I do. I get all of something like that.
And now that I know, I'm gonna do it more. So one day he's gonna punch me in my mouth one day.
Nah, bro.
Listen,
it's all good fun. The thing about it, we're
just so passionate as fans.
Yeah, and I like to debate. I like to debate with people who know the game. You know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I'm not gonna get into a baseball argument with just anybody.
No,
it's not because I'm elitist or I think whatever. It's just
you are an ageist, though.
I am an ageist. That's a fact. I am an ageist.
We're gonna make that shirt.
Shirt coming soon. But I don't like to argue with people who, like, I know, like, okay, like, their points probably won't move me. Like, I'm not, you know what I mean? But you know what I'm saying? Every now and then me and Peter having a debate or whatever, make some points. I think about it, whatever. It actually could move me off my opinion. Right. You know, I don't know what happened to the world. You know, that there used to be we used to live in a world where that was more common, that people could have a discussion, a debate, go back and forth.
Yeah.
You know, you might end up even changing someone's mind, but now people just get more entrenched in their original opinions.
Speaking of John Boy people, I'm gonna shout somebody out. Dan Rourke just tweeted. Excuse me. Carlos Correa is gonna fall right in the lap of the Yankees, and look, I don't disagree with that. I feel like at some point, even the Yankees are gonna sit back and go, the Astros just got Goodrum, and I'm not saying that Goodrum's gonna be the starting shortstop. $2 million deal just means they could release him in 2 months if they want to. It's not gonna really affect them. So I'm not saying that true. They got no chance of going back there, but. Do we believe the Astros are going to go to $300+ million?
Nah, no. I mean, when Jim Crane,
the Cubs are saying they're not going to go to $300+. The Yankees go to 340, 335, 320, and 12 years if they want to. Lower that AAV.
Do the Cubs going over 300 for anybody right now make any kind of sense?
Apparently, I know that there's a rumor out there too that the Tigers actually. Who's the owner? Ilitch. Ilitch does not. Apparently, they felt they would really have a deal for him because they said they would go over 300. He nixed that immediately. He was like, "No, we're not doing it." So he said we'll go up to it or high 290s, or high 200s. But the rumor is he said he will not go over the 3. So this is back when it was hot. I don't know if any mind changed there, but let's be honest here, man. I know people go where the money is, but I don't think Carlos Correa sat back and thought about his options here and said, okay, cool, I'll get some money and I'll go over there and go with the Tigers.
Yeah. I mean, look, man, the Tigers have, made some moves this offseason. They're going to be a better team, especially with the young talent they already have coming up. They didn't necessarily need to go all out and make a move like that for a guy like Correa, especially when they were able to secure up Javi with that deal. I think Javi's deal is very fair. It's very fair.
Yeah. I agree.
And very manageable. I think he's a good guy to have, drum up some excitement around the team and stuff like that. I don't know if he's the best guy to have like tutoring your youth as they come up, but
I don't think he's
that. I mean, it doesn't really matter because that team has an actual manager in the dugout.
I was just going to say that. I think with Hinch, it doesn't really matter. because
Yeah,
he's the guy, you know, taking control of that and taking care of that. But, you know, going back to Kikuchi, I hear he has a really big Kikuchi, by the way. But with that being said,
man.
that's
something
a
you
solid,
probably only could say on YouTube and not Twitter. Apparently.
Oh yeah, Twitter. I'd probably be banned for life on that one. But that's a good rotation. 1, 2, we already know what their offense looks like, and 3, I don't think them cats are done. You know, another interesting guy that's still out there too is, you know, Jock Peterson's out there still too.
Jock is still
You know,
Soler.
Jock is
I heard
still out there.
Soler.
Jorge Soler. The Red Sox are interested in Soler. A couple of teams out there interested in him.
Oh man.
Yeah, Fritz.
man.
We already know, man. The Mets got Bassett, man. It's
The Mets are really impressing this
my
offseason.
man Hirsch. Hirsch said Gardner's the answer.
Yeah, Gardner is the answer at like.
Can I say if there's one guarantee,
fourth outfielder or something?
if there's one guarantee to move the Yankees make, I'm betting Gardner.
Outfielder.
I'm betting Gardner. If there's one guarantee of a signing, I'm betting. If I had to bet my life on something,
Pete, you can bet the
that's
farm
what I'm
on
betting.
that.
Yeah, I'm
Pete,
betting Gardner's coming back.
You can bet the farm on that. You know that.
No
you know
question,
Gardner's.
man.
You know Gardy's coming back. Gardy ain't going nowhere, baby. Let's not pretend like let's not pretend like number 11 ain't gonna be out there.
So
150 games.
Now that we said a couple of quick things about Twitter, so I got to go to the tweet of the week real quick. Get that one out the way. This is the tweet of the week. Sorry to laugh. Tweet of the week right here. You are looking at it on your screen. Also called the one that did Francis in.
Oh man.
This is it, folks. I'm gonna read this to you guys. By all means, can I just say this beforehand? Francis is never looking to murder nobody. All right?
Never,
I mean,
man.
come on, man. This is so stupid. This is when, you guys know, we were locked out. John Hamm, everybody thought a deal was going to be made. This is like that little time which everybody's like, all right, waiting on a deal is going to happen. Then John Heyman comes out and is like, word is there are a couple of Mets players concerned about the CBT, and that the Mets players alone were going to sabotage this. So Francis does what any real fan would do, and he sacrificed himself for the good of the game.
Yep.
He said, I don't even want to say because I feel like I might get us kicked off here. The
Exactly.
M thing, Max Scherzer and Francisco Lindor with my bare hands. I swear to God. At MLB.
I think that's the part that did me
I
in.
think that did it in. This
That
man
I
was like,
added
this is a
MLB.
threat, and I'm directing it right at you. It's coming for you, baby. I'm coming for you.
Man.
But that
Listen,
right
man, we
there,
gotta
man.
figure it out.
But look, here's the thing. The dude said great stuff, Francis.
Hey, man, I appreciate it, baby.
The funniest thing about all that is that they signed the deal like right after it.
Literally, man. I put the tweet out a
signed it,
couple
like, right
minutes
after
later.
it.
They had a deal.
They said, oh shit,
man.
man, they really starting to turn on us. Sign this deal.
I sacrificed myself for the game, man, for the love of the
players
game.
said the executive board, forget that. We're all yeses. We're all yeses.
They were like, did you see that tweet?
Did you see this
man
nutcase?
This man is going crazy out there. He's got a picture of a colorful ape as his AV. We don't know what he got going on. This guy is nuts. Listen, man. All jokes aside, like
Dude said he's singing Amazing Grace.
I had no idea. Listen, man, I'm gonna be honest. I tell you, I had to plead ignorance on this one. I had no idea Twitter. Like, I knew Twitter had made changes, the new CEO and everything, but I had no idea it had gotten that soft. I thought it was like, listen, like, this is sports Twitter. You guys know, like, we're in a lockout. Like, because here's the thing. I saw all kinds of like stuff like that. I don't know if they suspended all those other people too. I mean, maybe they did. I don't know. But I saw all kinds, because it's sports Twitter, man. We're passionate. We say these things or whatever. We don't mean like, come on, I'm actually gonna murder these guys. Are you kidding me?
Right,
No,
of course
like,
not. Come on.
Psycho? Like, what are you talking? Like, nah, it's threatening. You
He said I'm not psycho.
Are you kidding me? Like, I'm actually gonna go and search to give me a break. Come on. Like, I said, listen, I've sent emails. I was like, come on, man.
These cats don't get banned when they try to dox me all the time. I've never seen none of these cats ever get banned. Like they actually looking for people out here and kicking it where Roy said threaten Hal next. We'll have a deal in 5 minutes after it.
Listen, we threaten Hal. All of a sudden, Correa's in the Bronx. He's been in the Bronx for a week.
Man, if that's the case, look out, because we got the new. We know what we got to do there, man.
Oh yeah,
but
man, that's a fact.
I mean, again, going back to it, I mean, you know, the big news of the day right now is honestly, at the end of the day, a lot of the guys are out there. You know, they're all out there. But the crazy thing is, do they go with Peraza if they don't get? I mean, well, if you really look at it, who's the better option? Do you waste the trade? What's the point for a trade? Now, here's my question to you, Francis.
Wasting a trade on a shortstop
I don't know.
Instead of a first baseman.
I don't know. Here's my question to you. Would the Yankees have the balls to open the year with the left side of the infield being LeMahieu at third and Gio at short? Would they have the... He's frozen. He's in shock. He was in shock.
You know what it is. No, you know what it is. Pete, you know what it is that I have forced that idea so far from my consciousness. I've tried not to let that enter my stream of thought.
What was this?
Because I was like, Pete, you have no idea how hard I've been working to make sure that idea doesn't enter my stream of consciousness because of how scared I am that might actually be what they do.
Fam, they can't, man. They can't. We have, again, June 25th, we have NyynewsTV Day at Yankee Stadium. I'm looking to see some good players on that field, man. You know what I mean?
Oh, you guys were able to make the announcement finally.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right. You're not even there. You probably, my God, we leaving you out. You don't even got the link or nothing, man.
Nah, yeah, I don't got, but I'm happy. I'm happy the fans
everything
know
is
about
there.
it,
Matter of
finally.
fact, a lot of our cats on here already bought it.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, man. Johnny bought it. Anthony Medina bought it.
Johnny,
we
my
got a lot
guy.
of our cats out there, man, who's already,
De
you
lo
know.
mío.
So, guys, you know, I'm sure my fiance's listening. She'll throw that in here probably any minute. She'll throw the link in there, but the link will be in there, guys. Yeah, like I said, guys.
Buy those tickets. I want to party. I want to party with y'all, man.
I want to party with everybody, man. Look, here's the cool thing, guys. Look, we get in our own gate. We go right upstairs, and we there June 25th against the Astros. From 11:30 to 1 o'clock, we got the MasterCard party deck all to ourselves. Included in the ticket is food, whatever you want to eat. And that's not like I get one. No, it's for you to go. You could be a fat animal for an hour and a half if you want. Do whatever you want.
You
and
go Gary
that,
Sanchez on the buffet.
Go full Gary Sanchez on the buffet. We cool with that, and I'm gonna go Mickey Mantle on the beers. So we gonna be tossing them up.
You know where to find me and Pete.
Yeah. Oh, no doubt about it. We all gonna be there. Johnny, I'm gonna answer that. Is Arby coming? Hell yeah, Arby's coming.
Yes,
Arby's ass better be there. Arby, if you hear me, you better be there, Arb.
Arby, we will
do it
sequester
for Francis.
you. We will sequester you.
Yeah,
come
for
on.
real. So nah, man.
Let me stop saying.
There it goes right there.
Like
my fiance just threw it in the chat. So look at the chat, guys. Click that link right there. You can buy it right now. You could get it. Get ready to go. We're gonna be out. I gotta talk to the guys over there that are hooking us up with the Yankees and see if maybe I could bring some merch in there, and you know, give that out for you guys to wear, because I really want, honestly, I want everybody to be rocking some NyynewsTV stuff over there, man. Really representing hard body. Man.
Come on, y'all gotta
really
have the gear. Y'all gotta have the gear on. Y'all gotta have the gear on.
That's
and
what
we're gonna have more.
Man.
And we got more, like even more fly stuff coming out for y'all.
Yeah, I
so
got two.
There's really no excuse, man. Y'all gonna have
2 new shirts hit up the shop today, man. I got the new G Cole Money one that just hit up there, and the new the Big G Words tee just got put up there also. So there's two new shirts that are on there right now. Of course, along with right here, we got the number 99, the number 45. We got the matching outfit. Remember, guys, too, go to NyynewsTV on Twitter at NyynewsTV. You got a chance to win the set. So all you got to do is follow what's in there. It's on NyynewsTV. That's on Twitter. Go there. You'll see it. I think I have it pinned. It's my number one thing up top. So you'll see it immediately and get in there. Monday, we are choosing the winner of that. So you will get the matching one. Whoever you want. You want to go with 99. You want to go with 45. And we'll get that for you. And get that sent out to you. But yeah, man, we want to see a good club on the field. And at the end of the day, right now, we're looking at the Yankees. I mean, if you go by what they're reporting right now, there just doesn't seem to be anything too good anywhere.
Well,
they just don't have much going on right now.
Let me play devil's advocate.
Let's hear it.
Or for lack of a better words, Cashman's advocate for a second. whenever Cashman has been this quiet in the past,
that is true.
It normally either meant something really, really good that most people didn't see coming, or it was horrendous. Let's not forget the times that like they were like really, really quiet, and then like Machado and Harper and everybody just went by the wayside. Those things have happened.
Yep.
But there have also been those times where Cashman's super quiet, and then like a thief in the night, Yankees finalizing deal to acquire so and so, or
that's what I'm hoping for.
Finalizing contract, 10-year contract with so and so, whatever. Like,
and a lot of times too, it's somebody we never expected that really just comes out of nowhere. So.
Yeah, but I was to mention, like, even with the Cole stuff, a lot of people had Garrett Cole going to the Yankees or whatever, but then they said things got really interesting with the Angels and the Dodgers and whatever. Like, there was a lot going on, and then like it got to a point where it was like, well, there's still to the very end, it was still a 3-team race, right?
Yeah, and
then it was just like, oh, who's gonna go like to the 9th year, whatever, and then like just came out announced passing. Yankees finalizing 9-year contract with Ace, Garrett Cole, and it was just like, all right, like, you know what I mean? But at least then we were hearing that there were talks ongoing and stuff. Right now, I think it must be really tough for fans to see this frenzy going on, like the frenzy that was going on pre-lockout, and the Yankees still not be involved. Like we sat there patiently waiting pre-lockout and gave them the benefit of the doubt.
Right.
But now it's like, I feel for you. I feel for you because I know it's like, we've all been waiting for the lockout to be lifted so that it could just like, all right, let's go. Let's do something.
Well,
right?
That's the thing too. And again, the reason why you don't have the Simonetti rant right now, the famous Simonetti rants that I'm not screaming my head off, is because all the guys we need are still there. So that's the reason why I think you got me and Francis maybe a little more level-headed here, because those guys are still available. They're still out there.
I mean, Olsen is still currently on the Athletics.
Again, man, Olsen and
Correa is
Manaea.
still
I mean,
a free agent.
if you look at any
Manaea is
trade
still
out there, and
Montes is still there.
the thing is too, right? When you look at trades, what you say to yourself typically is, okay,
Castillo is still on the Reds.
Still there.
Like,
what's actually available? And you know for a fact, Olsen and Manaea are available. So when you sit back now, you're like, and I said this, I think in my live, I've been doing lives every day because, news, who knows what's going to happen, and we want to be there for it. I told you guys, NyynewsTV is on a different level when baseball's back. Like this year with us is going to be insane. I mean, I'm so excited about what we got in store for you guys. But you look at it and you go, would the A's really sit there and be like, no, I'm sorry, it's either Volpe or Dominguez or that's it? I can't see the A's being like, we just got those two guys for Bassett, but we're unwilling to listen to Luis Gil and Oswald Peraza? That's bullshit. There's no way. There's no way in hell they wouldn't listen to him. There's no way.
Come on, man.
So,
look at Ruben.
Go ahead. Yeah, please. Oh, I forgot.
Ruben put up there. Imagine Cash pulls off a J-Ram trade out of nowhere. That would be something that literally nobody saw coming.
I just can't see them doing that without a Dominguez or a Volpe. That's the only thing. Would you trade Dominguez for him?
Would I trade Dominguez for J-Ram?
Yeah.
What's a word for hell yes that's not disrespectful on Twitter? How do you say fuck yes without getting your Twitter canceled?
Just like that, because we're on YouTube, damn it. I mean, YouTube's probably just as bad, but shit.
Nah, bro, listen, and again, listen, I love Dominguez as much as the next guy. I see the potential. He's cut weight. He's leaner. He's looking like I like,
we hope he's gonna be a good ball player.
I like what he's doing, but if you have the opportunity to get a switch-hitting third baseman with the offensive prowess that J-Ram does, the leadership, the pedigree, this guy was in the World Series a couple years ago. Y'all remember that? Like, bye-bye, Gio. Insert J-Ram. Let's do this.
I mean, he makes that lineup so much. Well, that's the thing, man. Like, God, this is the thing that bothers us so much. And I'm telling you, man, this whole offseason, I've repeated it countless times. I wish I had, like, a button that I could just press and so I don't got to waste my breath. And just say the same thing I've been saying since last year, is that you just had the options are so stupid.
Endless.
I mean, they're really endless. They really are.
Endless.
This is from Perry, and I know Perry doesn't bullshit. Perry's my guy, so he's not going to bullshit us. Market for Sean Manaea is heating up. White Sox and Yankees are interested. Have Manaea. Have to imagine, though, that if NYY were to acquire Manaea, it would be with Olsen. Perry, is that from, I'm assuming that's from one of the guys on Twitter, hopefully one of the legit guys on Twitter.
If
Again,
that's the
I
case,
can't really follow everything at once. I'm trying to see if I can see it.
if that's the case, then we have to do a cage match with the Guians.
Right. To see who gets them.
Damn. I guess it's me versus One. I never
Yeah.
wanted it to come to this.
I know. Unbelievable.
Really like you, man.
Unbelievable.
But I will fight anybody for
I'm telling you, fam.
and Matt Olson.
That would be so friggin' big.
I'm
Did
kidding, man.
Perry-
I know
did Perry say-
it's all love.
Nah, we family, man. We family.
Yeah, man.
Did
Facts.
Perry, you saying who that's from? MLB Nerds. Who is that?
MLB nerds.
What's MLB
They've
Nerds?
they've gotten a couple things right. Yeah,
Oh, those are the cats that they got a trade right today, I think, actually.
I wouldn't know. I know they got
you
stuff right
wouldn't know.
last.
They got actually,
Yeah.
matter of fact, they announced the so shout out to MLB Nerds on that one. They did get the players and everything. The Indians deal today. They had it like 8 minutes before it came out.
Ooh.
So they had it first. So I'll definitely give them that love on that one. They definitely had that. So
Let me ask you this. One of the things I haven't searched, just because when I do get a chance to go on Twitter and I do my searches, I'm going through Story, Correa, Olson, Manai. Like, I'm going through those keys right now. The Marlins is a team that, like, I've been interested to, like, follow their Twitter talk. But unfortunately I'm locked out and I can't do that. Has there
Poor
been
Francis, man.
has there been any word? Because with Jeter
there's
leaving
been nothing with the
way-
Marlins at all.
with Jeter leaving let me tell you guys why I bring it up. Not to get anybody's hopes up or whatever, but here's my thing. With Jeter leaving the way he did, obviously everybody's speculating that they had promised him that they were going to try to, win at some point and spend money at some point. With him leaving the way he did, leads us to believe that they had a disagreement on what the timeline was in terms of spending, meaning that they were still not ready to spend. And if you're still not ready to spend, a lot of times your young talent is available via the trade because you're still not ready to spend to contend yet. Now look at their division, right? The Braves just won the World Series.
Yeah.
The Mets are becoming a behemoth.
You can't. Yeah, I'm gonna say this real quick because I see some people still looking to go out there and shit on the Mets. The Mets are legitimate. Stop this shit and act like the Mets aren't legitimate. When you got that top two, you add Bassett, and then you got other good starters still. You can't sit there and shit on that club no more.
Listen, right now, as currently constructed, you can't sit here and tell me that the Yankees are a better team than the Mets right now.
No, they're not.
As currently constructed, guys, listen, I know not a lot of you are not
Bro,
going to
the rotation does it alone.
The rotation
does it alone.
is like light years ahead of the Yankees. Garrett Cole can't do it by himself.
And look,
And
Connor's a good pickup. Marte.
the
Come
lineup
on,
is much more balanced. A lot of contact in that lineup.
A lot of speed.
Yeah, man. Like, and I mean, come on. Let's not play games here. Now, can the Yankees remedy that in a few moves? Yes, because we already have Aaron Judge. We already have Stanton. We already have Garrett Cole. You throw a Manaya on that team. You throw a Olson on that team. You throw a Correa on that team.
Well, here's the thing,
yeah,
right?
they're not fucking with us. But
that's what me
right
and Chef
now,
were talking about today. If the Yankees go out there right now, let's say they got Correa, and then they get a starter. Let's say they get Correa and Manaya. They're better than almost everybody in the East.
they don't have. Listen. That's not even like we could argue with people. We could debate, but that's a fact to me.
I mean, that's what we were saying. We're
That's a
like that,
fact
and
to
I
me.
think that's, again, to repeat myself, what is bothering Yankee fans so much, because I think we all really, and look, I said this when I even talked about maybe you go like 12 years, you go longer years on Correa, you get his AAV down. They can do that, and guys, Voit got to go. You can move Voit. Even Chef brought up a really good point.
For Voit.
Chef brought up a really good point, right? Chef said, you don't think a team like the Phillies would want Chapman if you add a prospect to him too and say we'll pay $8 million of that deal and get him for $10 million only?
Yeah, and you save $10 million off of that.
But then look, let's take it even further.
Like, you don't even have to attach one of your top 10 prospects to make that happen.
Green could be moved. Sanchez could be moved. They could save so much. If you're really worried about money, this club can still go out there and save money. That's the thing. That's why I see
which is one of the things that, like,
what is Gary Sanchez gonna do that is different than what he's done the last 5? We all of a sudden expect him to become a very good defensive catcher now?
There's some fans that every single year fall for the The same thing with Sanchez. God love
And
him.
it's not
God
even his
bless
hitting.
him.
That's the thing that I think people don't understand when I talk about him. I am not talking about Gary. He might come out this year and hit 260 and hit 30 bombs. His hitting's not the issue. Is he gonna start game 1 of the playoffs? Is he gonna start game 1 of the World Series? Would he start game 7 of a World Series?
No.
That's all you need. That's it.
The answer to all those questions is no. And we know it is a loud, resounding no. Garrett Cole does not feel comfortable pitching 10. By the end of last season, there were 3 of the 5 pitchers in our rotation that didn't want to throw to him.
Correct. Including Montgomery, who's still here.
Let's stop playing this game. Let's stop playing this game. Because all of a sudden people start looking, well, if he's not good enough to catch Garrett Cole, like why should he be good enough to catch me? Yeah. The only reason that the kids have to throw to him is because they're rookies.
Or remember,
you're telling me a guy like Luis Gil might not benefit from throwing to a catcher who can frame better.
Francis, here's the thing too, right? You probably are one of the young guys, and you go, "Well, let me try." You know what I mean? At some point, everybody looks at it and goes, "Damn, if I'm struggling," they don't want to blame themselves. They're gonna go, well, "Let me try. Let me see what this guy does with me." Hey, can I get a start with Higgy?
That's what I'm saying.
Let me get to Ruben. Ruben with another super chat. Thank you, Ruben. We appreciate it. Mets didn't give up much for Bassett. A's can't keep asking extra from the Yankees. Peraza can easily headline the package. I'm so sick of people shitting on Peraza. I really am, man.
Listen.
I'm so sick of people shitting on this dude. By the way,
Peraza easily could be a headliner.
By the way,
if it's
Francis,
just
you didn't know
Olsen.
this.
I mean,
do you know who I chatted with on IG?
I don't. I have the feeling I'm about to be really excited, though.
Oswald Peraza.
Hey!
Yeah, that's my man. Let me tell you something, man.
How did that go? How did that even happen?
Look, man.
I know he was watching the stories.
Yeah, he was watching the stories. Then I tagged him again. He liked him. We got into a little conversation. But let me tell you something, man. I deeply respect the young Latino Yankee players. Deeply respect them, man.
Same.
We have Gomez watching our stories. We got Everson Piera watching our stories. Of course, you know our man Antonio Gomez.
Come on, man.
Always a favorite. You know what I mean?
Man.
But nah, man, just I'm tired
future
of
all-star catcher of the New York Yankees.
I'm tired of the disrespect for Oswald Peraza. I'm tired of it, man. If there wasn't an Anthony Volpe, let me tell you guys, he's the number 1 prospect in the organization. Do you guys forget that? Like, Volpe is getting so much hype, well deserved, by the way. People forget how good Peraza was at a higher level. It's like they don't.
That's what
care.
it is.
He dominated AA, guys. The hardest level to dominate. He dominated. He's faster than Volpe. I'm not comparing, saying that you should keep one. He's faster than Volpe. Faster, much faster. Better defensively.
I think people forget that Peraza's ranked literally right behind Volpe.
Yeah, and again,
and
Volpe's not there, he's number 1.
Volpe is considered
one of the best in the world
by many to be the player who's going to finish the 2022 season being the number 1 prospect in all of baseball.
Yeah, and I think he's already have him ranked as the number 1 shortstop prospect in baseball.
Oh, he jumped Meyer then.
Yeah, I think he jumped Meyer.
He jumped Meyer then. Listen, Peraza's right behind there. I mean, listen, Peraza, trust me, guys, like I know for a lot of people around there, because there's a lot of people who like to believe, well, the Yankees, they always overrate their prospects or whatever. And it's true. There's been a lot of, media manipulation to to overrate some prospects in the past, and some that we've gotten duds. Let's not forget about that. Peraza is box office, guys, and do not be surprised if Peraza headlines a deal with names like Olsen and Manaea, because other teams are well aware of what the Yankees currently have. And it was a secret for a little while. Even Passan didn't know about it. Passan didn't know about it.
Yeah, Passan. Passan sounded like a moron talking about the Yankees prospects.
But now the secret is out. Trust me. Don't be surprised. There's a lot of guys in our organization, especially those top 15 names. A lot of those guys are coveted around the league.
Yeah, facts. No doubt about it. And that's the thing. Like, when I sit back and I hear people say, it got to be Volpe. I'm like, man, no, it's definitely not. Now, the way I would see it is if Olsen ended up going somewhere else, I'm going to tell you what it is. I don't want to hear no bullshit from Cashman. It's that he didn't want to give up what it takes. And, they're going to come out, we know these guys are close. Look, man, if you are...
Well, we're not trying to hear that.
Are you looking to win? It's that simple. Are we looking to win now or in 3 years? And if that's the case, trade Judge now. Why wait?
Yeah, might as well. Might as well. Don't even make us go through the heartbreak of watching him a whole year
no point.
and then watching him walk in free agency, or you guys decide to show up as crappy as you did last season.
Familiar
to
the Phillies.
Familiar to the Phillies. I thought a reunion with the Mets was imminent.
Yep, to the Phillies. So the Phillies get their RP. We were talking about Chapman potentially over there, but let's be honest, they're not gonna move none of these guys.
The Phillies, I don't see the Phillies being major contenders this year. I mean, the Braves, the Mets, it's gonna be a really tough go of it in the NL East this year.
Yep.
But again, that's why I feel like there are deals to be made with the Marlins right now.
Yeah.
I think for the right price, you could pry away one of those young pitching studs.
Yeah, I think so.
For the right price, you could. For the right price, you could, because they're not gonna contend this year. Maybe not even next year. And it's not that they don't have talent, because they do have the talent, which is why Jeter, I think, wanted them to probably be in the mix for like spending for some guys, bringing guys in, but they're just not comfortable doing that right now. So leads me to believe that there might be a deal to be made.
Pablo Lopez,
Sandy Alcantara, anyone?
Alcantara, my God, that would be a dream come true. That would be a friggin' dream come true.
These guys
man.
are nasty. And to me, this is gonna sound a little bit crazy, but to me, like, us getting one of those guys would just feel like that, like a reparation, because I just knew in my heart that Fernandez was a Yankee.
Yeah,
like
that's
I
true.
knew it.
He knew it too. I think he knew it.
I knew it, and then like his untimely death and everything, like
terrible.
You know, rest in peace, and prayers out to his family and all that. But so it's like if by some miracle we ended up with like Sandy Alcantara or like a Pablo Lopez because we pull off a huge trade or something like that, like it would just feel like, wow, like that's like a full circle thing. But
the Yankees apparently were also interested and involved in Joe Kelly before he went elsewhere. Bullpen arms. I don't get it.
We're still trying to pay. We're still trying to pay relievers.
I don't get it. I really don't understand it. I don't understand it.
We're
but
still trying to pay relievers. When our one of you can debate it. Obviously, I think a lot of people will say Loaisiga. I also say Loaisiga. But arguably, our best reliever last year was purchased via the trade.
Yeah.
For Hoy Jun Park.
Yeah, Clay Holmes is unbelievably good. Clay Holmes is absolutely terrific. That's my thing that bothers me. If you know anything,
how we need to go about it.
Well, if you know anything about the Yankee system, the one thing you really don't have to be too concerned about is bullpen arms. They got so many.
No,
they got
and
so many.
Look at all the guys we got in the minors, guys. If you didn't see our most recent episode with Eli Fishman, go back to that episode. We spoke about tons of names that should be coming up at some point this year, getting an opportunity to pitch out of our bullpen. I'm not worried about the Yankees bullpen. The Mets need to worry about their bullpen. There's a few teams out there that need to worry about shoring up those bullpens. The Yankee bullpen is not something I'm worried about. Britton's injured, so he can't hurt me this year. I'm not going to see Tim Anderson rounding the bases off of a juice ball home run.
Right.
That's not happening. Okay. Chapman, he still can hurt me because Cashman allows him to be in the position to hurt me. But we got Lowe, we got Litke, we got Holmes, we got young kids, young arms coming up. Listen, man, I'm not worried about that. Why are you trying to pay Joe Kelly?
Yeah. There's I'm sitting back like I know a lot of people are talking about the Cardinals and stuff like that. Under the radar name for the Cardinals that I would actually like to see. I don't feel like it's a super win now type thing, but Dakota Hudson is a starting pitcher who got so much damn talent and potential. Him and a guy like Zach Gallen, who I predicted to be the breakout guy in the National League this year. Those are names too, and there's Carson Kelly out there still as a catcher. There's just so many things out there that I really thought that this team could easily do with so many damn options. And I'm just like, oh yeah, that's somebody else too brought that up too. I forgot about that.
Hirsch brought up Ridings. I forgot about Ridings, man. I love
Ridings.
that guy.
What about King? Michael King was injured for a little bit. King got some of the best stuff in the bullpen.
Michael King. Listen, exactly.
I mean, that's my thing. I'm
why,
like, what are you looking at the bullpen
Why are
for?
we trying to pay relievers? If anything, you should be talking to some of these teams that are itching for bullpen help and say, okay, you need an arm, we got plenty. Talk to me.
And I think Joe Kelly's good. I'm not saying that I think Joe Kelly's some terrible relief pitcher. I like his personality, but
we need to
I don't feel like we
guy?
need him. Yeah, I don't think we need to pay him.
Come on.
How much money did he get? Does anybody know how much he got in that deal? So if anybody got that, throw it in there.
Whose role is he taking? That's what I want to know.
That's what I'm saying.
because if you're asking me, there's nobody right now who's available who I want taking Loaisiga's place or Holmes' place. Like the only reliever, and we don't even know if he's actually available, but the only reliever who I would actually like take a long, hard look at and see what we could do is Hader.
Yeah.
And again, I'm not on Twitter, so I don't know if there's been talk about it. I don't know if there's been talk about him moving or whatever. I haven't searched up his name, but I would imagine it's the same thing like always. Like, if they'll listen to offers, but they're not trying to move him.
Yeah. Yeah, Zach Gallen, guys, is with the Diamondbacks. He's been injured a little bit throughout his career, but got healthy towards the end of last year and is healthy now, and is just a really, really good pitcher. And Sheffield brought up a good point too. Is he said recently, there really is no guarantee in baseball. So whether a guy's been injured or not, there really isn't a guarantee, and that's true. Sometimes you feel you have more of a sure thing, but there's never really a guarantee. I mean, I'm just sitting back and I'm watching all this stuff. And really, I'm just, as a Yankee fan alone, you're really just waiting. You know what I mean? You're really just sitting back and waiting. I love these people. I just actually looked at my Twitter and I got a moron commenting because these are dumb people are. He goes to me, this is my tweet was this. Let me clear the Correa to the Yankees debate really quickly. If you want to greatly improve your team, you sign Correa. If you can give two shits about your team, you pass on Correa. Also, don't say that they have other options. He is by far the best option as a position of need. And no, he does not block Volpe and all that, okay? So Agreed. This guy comes out and says immediately, oh, so no one can disagree and be a true Yankee fan. How convenient. First of all, I never said that you don't have to disagree with me.
No, he got you confused with the other guys.
I just think I just think it's as clear as day. If you're a Yankee fan and you want to win and your goal is to win, your best option is just sitting there on a plate saying, hey, I'm available.
Yeah, pay me.
If you don't want to necessarily win and get the best players available, aren't you kind of saying, well, maybe we can get something else and maybe we'll have a better chance of winning? Or maybe we get better with this route. I'm looking for sure things here. I know that doesn't exist, but you can't sit there and tell me again everything this team has missed over the last couple of years, the way they've played, the way they've looked, that Correa is not the best option. Also, too, somebody asked me this. They said, Pete, who do you feel more comfortable with moving to third base, Correa or Story? Correa. Story has an arm injuries. Correa is perfect. And if he has back injuries, third base is even better.
Third base is better for him. So, it's the same thing we said about Seager. It's the same thing we said about Seager. Right. If the Yankees were indeed going to go after Seager, we're like, it would be good because in a couple of years he could slide over to third, probably no problem.
That's right.
And it will probably be better for the longevity of that contract, which even in Texas, I think them going out and signing both of those guys does give them that versatility to like make moves like that when the time comes.
Yep.
There was something interesting about Texas that I thought about today. It's crazy, man, because I have like all these thoughts that like normally would be like tweeted out and like they're like up here and I'm trying to get them out. But yeah, just to like piggyback off of the tweet, man, you're 100% right. Like I don't understand why we have to like continually hash this out and go over this with fans. Look, guys, Carlos Correa is exactly the attitude, the vibe, the play. That's what we need. That's what we're lacking. We need that. We need that. I thought it was
obvious. I thought it was fairly obvious. That fire.
But that's the thing is like, it's like sometimes people have amnesia. Like it's like you all have already forgotten what we watched in the wild card game. The dugout was dead by the 6th inning.
Oh, I think no. I think it was when did Bogarts homer? Didn't Bogarts homer off Cole? Mm-hmm. And I remember seeing the dugout. We were live, so you could go back and watch that game.
You can go back and watch.
I remember telling you guys, I was like, look at them on the dugout. And Boone is not doing nothing. Boone is just blowing a bubble. They're was dead. Like, we got more games to play, guys. Don't worry about it.
Dude,
like,
they were dead.
Can somebody electrocute these guys? I want to strangle them with my own hands.
You think that's good? Hey, careful. edit point. We
gotta close that one out.
But with a guy like Correa on your team, those things are not commonalities. Those things don't happen with consistency. Correa is not going to allow your team to go to sleep in the dugout of a wild card game. With a guy like Correa on this team, chances are we're not seeing the wild card game because I don't see the Rays coming into the Bronx and literally mollywopping us the way they've been the last couple of years with a guy like Correa on the team. I feel like Correa walks into that clubhouse and it's like, listen, I've been on the other side facing you guys, and I'm gonna just give it to you straight. Y'all soft.
Yeah,
that's why we come in here. That's why when I was on the Astros, we came in here and did what we did. That's why the Rays come in here and do what they do. That's why the Red Sox come in here and do what they do. You guys are soft. I'm here now. We're changing that.
He's a lightning rod. He's a lightning rod. There's
what
no
we
doubt
need.
about that. And Ozzie Jr. was talking about him a little bit, and he mentioned that when people talk about the idea of him like, Ozzie Jr. said a couple of things about him, like living upstate in New York, he would enjoy that environment. Being here, he would enjoy it. And then also, too, I think it was Buster Olney, I want to say. It was one of the insiders, but they were basically saying, look, it was Olney. It was Olney. He spent a lot of time with Correa, and he said, look, flat out, New York would be nothing for Carlos Correa. Like, that's what people don't get. This guy, like, he said it like this. He was like, this is a tough guy. This guy's a really tough guy. Like, he does not care about none of that stuff. That will not affect him one bit. He'd walk on that field. He said he would take ownership of it immediately. And I'm I'm sitting back and saying, like,
we've seen it.
If you're in that team and you're watching it and you're like, I don't want this because of 20. I'm like, oh my God, like, why would you not want to win? And forget the money.
Saying. Like, do you guys think Aaron Judge doesn't want to win?
Demand that Hal Steinbrenner spend that money for him.
Yeah. And
don't say they can't get Judge if they sign him. That's not true. You guys know that's not true.
For all of you guys going and saying, yeah, but if they sign Correa, then what about Judge? Then what do you mean? What about him?
Yes. What about
what
him?
about him? Pay him. Like you could sign Correa you can give Correa the 300.
Oh yeah, Cameron Maben said it too yesterday also on a tweet that he would handle it so easily.
He did?
Yeah.
Maben said that?
Yeah, Maben said that.
And Maben was recently here.
Yeah. And he was with him too. He played with him on Houston.
Yeah, he knows both sides of it.
He said it. He said it flat out. Like, he would handle it very easily. Yeah, so somebody in the comment, I think it's Zilla, I can't really see all of it, he said that on the Michael K show. Yes, that was the other day. Only was on and he was talking about that, and he said it just like that, man. He was like, look, I know this guy very well. This guy's going to handle it. That's not a concern. And look, that's a plus. When you know for a fact this guy will come in and the big lights aren't going to bother him, that's a plus. When I talked to Kevin Kernan, remember, he said there was a lot of rumors out there that Gallo isn't that type of guy. Mm-hmm. And we might have seen some of that. I'm not trying to throw any bad shade towards Joey Gallo, but we might have seen some of that, whether it was an adjustment or what. We didn't see the same player that was in Texas. We've seen some of it for sure. I mean, look, some of that, it's funny, like him, going out there and like, clapping back at some of the things that reporters have said, but like, you could see that like it gets to him, it bothers him. Definitely.
And a couple weeks ago when he posted up his LinkedIn and how he like described something like strikes out a lot or something, whatever, like it's just another nod to like the fact, like him alluding to him really having these things weigh on him heavily, the things that reporters put out there, the things that fans say, like he hears all of it. He really, and you could see it affects him. So I hope that he finds a way through that this year, because, we're going to need him to be a big part of the offense. Especially if we don't make some moves here soon. But yeah, guys, there's again, the point that I before I forget, Aaron Judge, even if he ended up going into free agency, Aaron Judge would be going into free agency at, I believe, 31 years of age.
Yeah,
right?
Correct.
31-year-olds in free agency. I mean, regardless of how good you are, whatever. Like, look at how long it's taken Freeman, right? And look, Freeman's a World Series winner. Freeman's an MVP winner.
He's done it all.
And Freeman's 32 years old, and he's looking for about $30 million average annual value and 6 years. Okay.
Yep.
With Judge, the Yankees can do a little bit of what they did with LeMahieu, turn that 6 years to maybe 7 years or whatever.
Yep.
And instead of giving him the 30 mil AAV, go down to something like 28, 27. 27 over 7 years with a Judge extension is nowhere near a bad deal.
Yeah,
it's
I agree.
Nowhere near a bad deal.
It's not.
And And if you sign Correa, and like Pete was saying, and Pete said the guys in our chat were agreeing to also, if you sign Correa to a 12-year deal, which would take him to 39 years of age, which I know scares a lot of you, but again, let's not pretend like big money, old player contracts aren't moved every single day by attaching solid prospects. If you sign him to 12 years and you gave him the $345 million that it would take to make him the highest paid shortstop in the history of the game, his average annual value would be $28 million also.
And on top of that, Francis,
too, one of them would be even over 30.
And you could also front load that if you really wanted to. I mean, some guys accept front loading the contract. You could balance that out however you feel fit.
You could listen.
There's many things you could do in a contract.
Boris is one of the things. Listen, I said with the CBA negotiations, I wanted him to have no parts of it. When it comes to negotiating contracts, the size and magnitude of guys like Correa, Garrett Cole, Strasburg, guys like that, he's one of the best.
Well, he's the type of guy,
he knows
right?
how to structure those.
I was about to say that. He could be like, all right, so what's the issue? You'll tell him the issue, be like, all right, I'll call you back in 30 minutes. And in 10 minutes, he calls you back, goes, how about this?
Resolved. Exactly.
He'll fix it.
He's like,
Anthony
we'll front
Medina,
load it. We'll front load it here. We'll do this. Yeah.
With the super chat, he said, hey, guys, what's up? I have a question. Why does it feel like Hal doesn't want to have fans in the stadium with him and Cashman's doing absolutely nothing? At the end of the day, Hal Steinbrenner is the one that gives the go. So I'm not taking any flack away from Cashman, but that's the way the job works, right? Is that even if there's a trade, he got to get approval on that. He can't just make trades himself. He got to get approval on financials, whatever that looks like, and do all that. So, I don't know. I've reported in the past many different times, and I think it's obvious at this point that God rest Hank's soul. He was definitely a Yankee fan.
All right,
Hal Steinbrenner is not a Yankee fan. He's not a baseball fan. He's not a baseball guy. He's a numbers guy. That's what he is. That's what he does well.
And he is a businessman.
He's a real legitimate businessman. And that's not a knock on George, but George was a businessman, but he was a fan first. I mean, that was obvious by his move. So people said, oh, he made reckless. Look, fans do it. Fans would do that. A fan of a team would make reckless moves. Is what we do because we're fans. So whether you feel there's a downside to that, I'll give you an example of today. Steve Cohen. Yeah. Who would have ever came in this offseason and said that he would sign and give a 37-year-old, yet one of the best pitchers in baseball, $40+ million a year, just to get him to come to the East Coast in New York, which nobody expected to happen.
Yeah, and most people would tell you is an extremely risky, dangerous deal, which is a fact. We know that Max Scherzer has an injury history. We know that Max Scherzer is older. We know that Max Scherzer is a max effort type of pitcher. There is so many ways that deal can go wrong and look terrible.
And let's not forget, he's been a horse for years.
Yeah, there's a lot of innings on that arm. There's a lot of innings on that arm.
He's a rare guy in today's time.
So it's a risk. But guess what? Steve Cohen has the money to take a risk like that. Guess who else has the money to take risks like that? You guessed it, the Steinbrenner family. And you know where the majority of that money comes from? You and me.
Yep.
We made them that.
People forget that. We give them that revenue. That's us. That's
what
us
the
doing
Yankees.
that.
Remember, guys, you can Google this. Google. I want some of you. This is your homework from Designated Spittaz. Go back and Google how much George Steinbrenner purchased the Yankees for, and then after you do that Google, I want you to Google New York Yankees current valuation. You're gonna you might have like a mini heart attack when you see the difference. When you see the difference in those two numbers, and you want to know the biggest reason for the difference in those two numbers, because as inflation and all that stuff grew and the economy changed and business kept booming, we kept paying. We kept showing up. We bought Derek Jeter jerseys every single year, even though we had one already.
Yep.
We bought season tickets. We paid $15 for beer. We paid $30 for chicken buckets. We bought Yankee hat after Yankee hat after Yankee hat.
Facts.
We bought freaking jerseys with the playoff patches every single year. We showed up to playoff games. We traveled with the team. We watched the team on the network. That's how they get those crazy network TV
Demand
deals.
The best.
Listen,
demand the best.
We are a huge part of that. And that's why we're 100% within our rights to demand the absolute best available.
That's right. And, going back, Colomé to the Rockies now. So the relief pitching market is really starting to pick up.
Whoa, wait, that's interesting.
Alex
to see that
Colomé.
the Rockies the Rockies went out there and paid Colome. How much?
Yeah.
Do you know how much?
I don't know if anybody could throw it in there.
Yeah, guys,
let
if
us know
you see the money on these,
what the AAV was there for him. But there was another comment I wanted to get to. Where did it go? Did they delete it? I think somebody deleted it. I wanted to see it because I think they don't understand what we're talking about here, and I wanted to clarify it. Or maybe they're talking about people in the chat. Somebody said, "All right, there." Sean Doyle said, "Laugh out loud. Hal is not cheap. Stop." We're not saying Hal is cheap, by the way. None of us have ever said that. Here's the problem. Hal has spent over $200 or so million for this ball club. Nobody's saying that is wrong. What we're saying is, and that's why we've said this many times, let me just say it again for you guys. The Yankees got 2 relief pitchers making over $30 million together combined. That should never happen.
That's bad money.
They had the way the roster is constructed, there's a lot of really bad contracts. Money, 200 plus million, was put to some very, 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 very bad deals. That's
Another
the reason
$20
his payroll. You look at the roster and you go, they ain't spending 200 and something million. How? That's what you would say if you look at this roster. There's no way.
Exactly.
There's no way.
Another $20 million tied up to Aaron Hicks and Sevy, who didn't even play last year. Really.
Correct.
Like think about it. Last year, there were parts of the year where we had $50 million on the IL and people that like weren't contributing anything to the team. Right when Chapman was not pitching, when Britton was hurt most of the time, Hicks got hurt and was gone, and Sevy was already gone early on. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of it's not. We're not saying that Hal is cheap, because $200 million on a payroll is something that a lot of fans in baseball can't even dream of their team owners doing.
Yep.
What we're saying is this money thus far has been poorly allocated. How do you fix that? How do you fix that? This might sound crazy to some of you people, but the way you remedy that, actually, while still maintaining a competitive, attractive product for your fans, is first you spend more.
Correct.
But as you spend more, you let that bad money fall off the books and you make deals to get rid of that bad money.
And that's the thing right there. That bothers me.
Next year,
40 million.
We got 30, what is it, 40?
40. I think it's like 40 million coming off the books.
I mean, I was saying just 30 with the 2 relievers coming off the books, but you're right. There will be more.
But that's the thing right there,
because
man.
Sanchez is like, what, another 8
7
or something
or
like
8
that.
million, but exactly what you're
so
talking about right there.
Sanchez, Britton, and Chapman all gone after this year. That's $38 million. That's going to be available.
And
even if you brought up the payroll to 250 this year,
correct,
you'd be back at 220 under the threshold next year.
And that's the thing that I'm talking about, like what we're saying here. And Matthew, I'm going to get to your super chat here, but that's what we're just saying is that right there is that the Yankees have the opportunity. And by the way, too, if they went out there and did the deal that Francis said, the 12-year deal with Correa, do you understand the moment they make that deal and they start selling this jersey, they're making that money back? The amount of sales Correa would get you is paying for his first couple of years already. So that's what people I don't think really get is that a guy like Correa, look, you know who doesn't pay himself? Aaron Hicks.
How much money?
Aaron Hicks don't pay himself. Correa will pay himself.
I think he owes them some money.
He owes them money. So Matthew said, before you go there, Francis, real quick.
I forgot. Super chat.
Matthew said, when you spend big, so does your fans. Also, what a time to be locked out of Twitter. Love the show.
Yeah, hey, Matthew, you understand the pain that I'm in right now. It's terrible. It's horrible. The point that I was gonna make is in line with what Matthew said, so it's actually perfect. When you spend, the fans are inclined to spend. Listen. You spend on a team that wins. Do you know how crazy and rabid us Yankee fans are for a World Series?
Oh, no doubt.
Like just the fact that getting to the World Series ensures you a ridiculous amount of jersey sales, hat sales, gates, right, with the home games or whatever. You're gonna. I mean, because we all know how much a World Series ticket at Yankee Stadium costs. It's astronomical. Like, and then. Imagine you win the World Series. You know all the apparel and stuff that we're going to buy, championship this, champion that, champion jacket, champion sweatsuit, champion this, replica trophy, replica ring, replica. We are a fan base that buys and consumes like any other fan base in sports. Right. Do not pretend like Hal Steinbrenner is going to be hard up for money if he signs a guy like Correa. Yeah. I would never dare to get up on the podcast and call that man cheap.
Yeah.
That's not what we're doing.
Yep.
What I am saying is that in order to fix the current problem that we have as crazy as it may sound to some of you, the solution is actually spending more and then letting some of that bad money fall off.
Facts.
Which is very doable.
Facts.
Very doable.
And you know, let me even just, you know, follow up with what you said right there. Look, man, and we're also not asking for nothing that's gonna break somebody's back. That's the crazy thing. Like, you know, this does not break if Hal came out and said, you know what, let's bump up to 255, even 260. We can do it. Let's you know what? Let's do it. Let's do it.
Mm-hmm.
And we can go out there. We could guarantee Correa's in the fold. Maybe go out there and make some other moves. And maybe, you know, I guess the
extend Judge.
Extend Judge. I guess the thing that bothers me most is that me and you, Francis, and everybody in this chat, the more than 250 that's been in here, the almost 300 at one point, man, just thank you guys so much.
Facts.
But just as fans, if you're not subscribed, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button right now. Us as just fans, we're sitting back, right, and we're looking at this and we're going, yes, we're so logical about this shit that we're even saying this. We're even at the point of where we're like, okay, we're going to look to balance out the money. We don't have to do that. But we're so logical that we go, okay, if you add one of those guys, it kind of puts us over. But here's the great thing. You can move this, and this. And here's the even better thing. The DH just happened in the National League. So that has 15 more contenders that can look to get your guy.
Exactly.
And, you know, you got your Voits, you got your Andhors. You might sit there and go, well, that's not a lot of money. Hey, if it's $5 or $6 million, that adds up. That adds up a lot.
Listen, say both Luke. First of all, Luke Voit is probably at more than 5 million, but right, like let's say for, you know, the sake of this argument, he's 5 million. Andujar is another 4 or 5 million. You trade the two of them, that's 10 million more dollars.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? You got to remember what we're saying about upping the payroll to around 260 this season might sound absolutely nuts, but when you factor in that immediately at the end of the season, almost 40 of that comes off the books.
And
that means that
move.
Yeah, that means that like literally you could be at 260 this year and then immediately go right back under the threshold next year if you wanted to. They don't have to. They don't have to because they went under the threshold last year. So if they went over this year, it will be their first year in the penalty versus multiple consecutive years in the penalty. Like we're not living in a fantasy world. Also, last thing, with a judge extension, a lot of people think about it as if you're going to be adding $27 million to the payroll or $30 million to the payroll. Judge is projected in arbitration to be getting almost 20.
Yeah, that's right.
He's right. In arbitration already, he's projected to get almost 20. If you extended him and gave him a contract where he's making 27, 28 million, you'd really only be adding about $10 million to the salary.
Yep. Because
he's already making 2/3 of that in arbitration.
And Familia got $6 million with the Phillies.
$6 million is okay for him. I see why the Phillies did it. That's one of the things that I'm really missing out on right now is the dollars and cents of the deals because I love getting into the financials of it. Yep. Like the one that really I'm still interested to hear is Colomé. So if any of you guys know,
please. we know it's a 1-year deal. So if anybody see Colomé, go ahead and throw that in there for us. I was kind of just I'm just thinking about it and I'm just watching it. And like I said before too, I guess as a fan, that's what bothers us more than anything is that we are sitting back and we are waiting and we see the goods and the bads of this club. And even Cashman, that's the funniest thing about this whole situation is Cashman's words are not going to be forgot. He came out and was like, this team needs to be more athletic. You know, I got to fix the roster up a little bit. They need to be more athletic. They got latitude. They need a shortstop. They got more
latitude.
Now they got more latitude. That's right. So these are things that I'm like, if you don't get this stuff done, your words will look really bad right now. The owner of the club blamed the players. They haven't changed jack shit. So I'm just like, you guys alone have a lot to make up for. You guys have so much to do in the sense of what your word was to the fans. And look, fans are going to hold that accountable. So it's a strange time, man. It's a strange time.
Yeah.
I mean, and I just want to go ahead.
I see a lot of you in the chat, like Roberto just put it out there. Oh, Yankees are not signing Correa. We're not up here saying that they are. We have no information to believe that the Yankees have a deal with Correa or have a deal on the table or are actually actively pursuing him. Yep. We are literally up here telling you that we believe the Yankees should pursue him, and we're giving you the reasons why. But I think if you ask both of us truth serum right now, life or death, answer this question, is Correa a Yankee on opening day? I think both of us have to say no, just because of what we've been led to believe about the team.
I told everybody a couple people asked me in DMs and stuff, and I just told them flat out. I said, look, here's my thing with him. If Correa signs, I'm gonna blow a gasket because I'm not expecting it. So I'm sitting back right now saying Correa is not gonna be a Yankee.
Yeah,
I believe he should be.
Yeah, but listen, the only reason I've been saying it from the beginning of free agency to now, whatever, is because like I'm trying to speak it into existence. It's not that I have like, I'm like, oh, there's a really high percentage chance. I was telling you guys at the beginning of the offseason, I have it like around 20-30%, like not high. But as these deals keep, coming through and these trades keep being made and the destinations dwindle down, it's like he's literally falling right into their lap. It doesn't make, like, to me, it's just like, how could you not, you know what I mean?
Yep.
But again, even with all that, there's no guarantee. It's the Yankees. Like, they could literally, like, unfortunately, that's why I froze when Pete said it earlier, but they could literally open this season up with Gio at short and LeMahieu at third.
And let me say this too.
And tell us that was the best options available.
If that's the case, nobody ever has a right to do this to you. But if anybody, any podcast, any Yankee person tells you have no right, or then don't go to the game, flat out tell them to go fuck themselves. That's simple. No joke. If anybody has the balls to tell you, but they still got this guy, they still got Judge. No. That is not acceptable. That is not acceptable. I'm just letting you guys know right now. We're almost 2 hours in and I'm still friggin' screaming. That is not acceptable. At all, that is not acceptable.
Because we have Judge in 2017.
I mean, come on, man.
You can say the cheating
this
thing.
Team has
but what
no
about
interest in winning.
What about 2018? We had Judge in 2018. We got our boot smoked by the Red Sox.
And let me tell you something too on something else.
Had Judge in 2020, still lost to the Rays.
Your best second baseman isn't at second base. You got Gary Sanchez still catching. You're going to have the balls to put LeMahieu at third and Gio at short with the options we had available?
Not only that.
The balls on you?
Not only that, we're still technically rolling with almost the same rotation that had to put Davy Garcia for one inning.
Francis, hold on. No, you're wrong. Luis Severino's back. He hasn't pitched since 2018 or whatever it was. But if Luis Severino throws 20 games this year, I'll be happy.
Listen, guys.
You can't
exactly.
Depend on
I know.
that.
I'm happy that Pete did that because he's saying that because he knows a lot of you guys are going to say, "Yo, but Francis, Sevy's coming back and we got Tyone now." And listen, I love Severino as much as the next guy. Severino is electric. I love his energy. He's a dog out there on the mound, killer mindset. I love him. Yeah. He hasn't pitched in over 2 years. We cannot expect him to go out there and be Garrett Cole's running mate. Like, listen. Did you see what happened? Do you see what Tyone looked like last year? Expect pretty much the same thing for Sevy.
And on top of that, bro, he's injured. Yeah. He's still coming back from an injury.
Yeah, it's like, guys, look, if Sevy is still around pitching at a high level in October, I would be like, as a starting pitcher, color me surprised, honestly, facts. Because it's gonna be a long year. It's gonna be a long grind, and he's coming off of 2 injuries, 2 years missing baseball, and now he's gonna have to do it off a shortened spring. A lot of you aren't even thinking about that.
Yep,
he's gonna have to do this off of a shortened spring. Players aren't reporting to camp until tomorrow.
Our man out there was out there taking batting practice. You probably didn't see that. He was taking BP, and everybody is, oh look, I love Sevy. And I'm sitting there saying, what is he doing?
Isn't it the most Yankee bullshit thing ever?
Brinson to the Astros.
Brinson to the Astros.
Outfielder, so.
Oh,
yeah,
okay. But. All right. But isn't it the most Yankee bullshit thing ever that as soon as universal DH is approved, Yankees pitchers want to take batting practice?
Unbelievable. Stupidest damn thing I've ever seen. Even when I saw it, I'm like, everybody's sitting there laughing.
No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Injury-prone Yankee pitchers want to take batting practice.
Right. Unbelievable. But this is, We got a super chat from Jesus King Chavez, my guy, man. It's been a minute. Jesus says, everyone making moves but the Yankees. How you been, Simonetti? I am great. You're fired. It's been a while. I got it for you. You're fired. You got to do the Vince McMahon for everybody, man. I'm telling you.
Legend.
If we blow up, I'm going to ask the Yankees. Do me one favor. Well, when we blow up, I should say. Do me one favor, Yankees. The moment you guys fire Boone, let me do it. I'm going to go right to his face as close as I can. And I'm just like, yeah, fire. Right to his face. That's it. Get his ass on out of here.
Listen, guys, I've said it several times. I'm going to say it again. I hold out to hope that after NyynewsTV blows up and everything, there's going to be one night we're going to be sitting, enjoying steak dinners, and Boonie's going to be at the table. And Pete's going to be at the table, and they're just going to be sitting back, laughing just like that, sipping on some good old...
Boone's going to flick me his World Series ring. I'm going to do like one of those
Fruit of the Vine.
Slows. You hear the music?
No. I can't see Pete doing all of that. I think Pete is he got more dignity than,
yeah,
I mean, he might catch the ring, but he's gonna get up and leave with the ring.
I'm gonna leave with it. I'm gonna say you didn't deserve this shit, damn it. We did more work than you.
You gave it to me. You don't remember?
Yeah, you gave. That's something I'll say. You gave it to me.
But yeah, man.
Oh, wait, are those potatoes?
It's mine.
Are those potatoes? I get some potatoes.
You gonna finish that ribeye?
Yeah, you got that. I'm gonna take that home. Matter of fact, Boone, give me it. Hey, can we get a doggy bag? He don't want it.
So I definitely am optimistic that we are gonna get to the point where Booney and Pete are gonna be pals. Pals.
People laugh at me like, man,
it's gonna be water under the bridge.
Well, I always talk about this, man. I don't dislike Boone as a person. I can't stand him as a manager. Has nothing to do with Boone as a human.
Different.
Like I always said, he probably is a nice guy. Yeah, I could see him being a nice guy.
Yeah, why not?
But yeah, when it comes to him being a manager, I'm like, well, can we just let Boone actually really manage it and see what he really got? Because I can't believe he's the guy managing. Boone says, hey, you guys know my family. We're baseball guys, bro. Yeah, Boone, you are. But as I said before, there ain't no baseball guy alive that would have did the move with Davy Garcia and Hap. There was no baseball guy alive that would have batted Rizzo first in a wild card game. Those guys don't exist, Booney. That's what we're trying to tell you here.
That was just egregious is an understatement. We can't. Yeah. I'm sorry. It's just some of these things are indefensible. That's what it is, guys. Listen.
That's it.
And you guys know I've been real clear. Those of you who have been fans all this time, you guys know my position on it. I still think the Yankees can win in spite of Boone and everything, but there's just moves like that. There's no defense. I can't sit here and tell you, no, Pete, you got to understand. No, there's no defense. There is no defense. There is nothing I can say. And there is nothing anyone can say to me that will ever make me think that was the okay move to do.
Yeah.
In that series, that changed the whole series. Changed the whole series. You probably had Tampa Bay if you figure out a way to win game 2. You probably have them.
Oh yeah, no doubt about it.
Empty stadium, San Diego. G was as hot as they come. Like you probably have them. But let's let the past stay in the past. All past. That includes 2017. Yep. At this point, it's 2022, guys.
Yep, facts.
I'm sorry. I'm not thinking about. Buzzers and garbage cans anymore.
No, that's it. You got to move past it, man.
I'm thinking about our own hardware.
That's it.
I'm thinking about our own hardware.
Yep. So, man, guys, to go ahead and wrap this wonderful live show up, I just want to, I know there's a lot of people in here, so just for anybody, if there is anybody in here that is new, hopefully you subscribed. I just want to run something by you guys real quick. NyynewsTV is really special when it comes to content for the New York Yankees, right? We have 6 podcasts running. Sunday is typically us. We decided that it would be best just to go live the day we record, which is Saturday. We decided to go live because there could be news at any minute that can break, and we don't want to be behind something, releasing it the next day if something came out. So Designated Spittaz, this show is Sundays. Monday, we have NYYST with Chris Christian and SGR. Tuesday, we have Guillen's World. That is with, of course, 2-time World Series winning manager Ozzie Guillen and his sons, Oni and Ozzie Jr. On Wednesday, we got Twin Bill. The Twins, Alex already in here today giving us a lot of the news that as we go. Also, Thursday, Hola Como Estás, which is going to be back. I think Felix is finally coming back from Dominican Republic, so that show will be going. And Friday, Gary Sheffield Jr. with Chef Talk. So don't miss any of those. And guys, too, we are going to have live pregame shows, live postgame shows when the season begins. I don't think there's anybody, and I'm not even joking when I say this, that is going to be putting out content like we are. I don't know who is doing it when it's based off the Yankees and in Major League Baseball in general, too. There's just so much stuff that we're putting out. And Jesus King Chavez, again, with the super chat. I appreciate that, man. He said, I'm thinking of garbage cans to put Boone in. To put Boone in. Yeah, you got that right, man. Dumpsters. We can throw them in a dumpster and just roll them down a hill. But yeah, man. Anybody who's not subscribed and throw Gary in it too, man. Anybody who's not subscribed, man, please go ahead and do that. I understand this is our thing here, but damn, I don't know anybody else doing it like we are, to be honest.
Guys, get those likes up, please. I know we're wrapping up, but get those likes up, man. We're coming here live back-to-back weeks, man. We've been, you know what I'm saying? Like, listen, again, it's not to toot our own horn. We know that there's a lot of guys out there in the content game. We know that there's a lot. You guys can go to a lot of different places. But you guys in this room right now, you guys know why you're here. You know why you check in for the Spitters every weekend, because nobody's giving it up like us. No matter how much you like this guy or that guy, it's a fact. Nobody's giving it up like us. We spit the facts. We tell the truth. You know what I'm saying? We always keep it 100. That's it. Facts only on this side. That's why you're here. So get those likes up. Stop playing with us. Get those likes up. Like, subscribe. Hit up Apple Podcast. Subscribe to the podcast. 5-star reviews.
All the links are in the chat. Thank you to my wonderful fiance for throwing all those in the chat right there. All the links are in the chat, guys, to the June 25th game, to the Instagram account, to the podcast where you give a 5-star review. Please do that if you have not. It greatly helps us. We're actually climbing up. NYYST and Designated Spittaz are in the top 10 for Yankees under on Apple Podcasts. So guys, please keep doing that. And man.
And June 25th.
June 25th, that's in there. Get your tickets as soon as you can. And we're all gonna be there. So Francis, if you don't mind, do the wonderful takeout for us.
Listen, fans, it's been an amazing time with you all this evening. I've missed you all. I will be back. This is different. Francis feels even worse now because he's not going to see none of you for a minute. I can't talk to you guys. I can't interact with you guys. Say, hey, man, good episode. Right. I like that shit. But listen, you guys are the best. You guys are the best. You guys are, who I do it for. This is why we keep pushing harder and harder, because we're going to take this to the next level. And you guys are a huge part of that. And we understand that. So with that being said, like, subscribe, share, repost. Keep it locked. Stay tuned, because the next episode will indeed be the best episode.
God, I love that, man. You guys know we will never come whack on a Designated Spittaz track. So until next time, adios.
Before it hits the front page.